by the craven, torn apart by the greedy, weakened and exposed, forever on the defense. No longer.
Alright guys, hope you're all doing well. Today we are here with a new format on the channel, which is going to be an Ultra Funds tournament. So I believe it's 17,000 gold. Typically, quick battles are played under the pretenses of 12,400 gold. On top of that, we're also going to be a little bit more casual with the limitations and all that stuff towards your army. So typically in banner rules, it's a lot more strict. Certain units have heavy limitations like the Necrofex Colossus, but here on the dreaded Ultra Funds, we're going to be cutting loose and using the ladder limits, which are a lot more relaxed. Because again, if we're playing Ultra Funds, it's a ridiculous format as is. Let's just go balls deep and have a good time. On top of that, the other parameters are we are allowing up to 40-man armies. So typically in quick battles, you can have up to 20 units, but today it's actually going to be up to 40. So for example, you could have a 40 stack of peasants. Well, a 39 stack technically. You have your lord, 39 peasants, gold chevron those hoes. See how it goes. It could be a good time. Now, first match of the day is going to be Tank against Anticity and then Chosen One against Falcon in our Ultra Fund duel. And that is that. Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, the intro's back. I'm going to start using it again. I stopped using it before because YouTube kept having, when I would play it, for some reason, it would occasionally shut down my stream. It was very strange, but it seems totally fine now. So, all right, so let's jump on over to the battle and take a look at the first matchup of the day. And we have Tank against Anticity. And it's going to be Dwarves Yes, up to 40. They were asking me. So, 40 troops. Yes, correct. We're going big. So it's going to be tank on the dwarves and Anticity on Greenskins. So we're getting the classic grudge match. And one of the reasons why I really wanted to actually try this format was to see like what factions would change in a larger battle size. I feel like dwarves are one of the factions that will really benefit from being able to cover more surface area. So we'll see how this goes. But yes, it's going to be tank on the Dowie facing off against Anticity on the Greenskins here, which I believe Anticity is usually the dwarf player. Tank usually plays his vampire counts, but perhaps a little bit apprehensive to do it. As far as the rest of the tournament goes, it's going to be standard format. It's going to be best of 3 and best of 5 for the finals, with a $25 cash prize to the winner. It's casual format, so not going to go too crazy in that regard, but should be fun. Yeah, I'm very excited. So who was asking about the army limits? Yeah, up to 40 troops. Yeah, correct. I think Tank just realized he can have 40 troops in his army. Yeah, that's probably quite a revelation. But for dwarves, I mean, yeah, you could spam a ton of dwarf warriors. They're really cost effective in terms of armor and melee defense. So you could do that. I mean, I think dwarves are going to be a really strong faction in this larger format. Duplicate runes allowed. So we are using banner. Well, not banner technically, but yeah. So basically, I think what we'll do is we will use banner for items, etc. But army limits will be ladder. Yeah, because I don't want them to like bring like 3 or 4 spirit leeches, you know, because that's something like banner rules and tournament rules usually forsake, is getting rid of those type of things. So we're gonna stick with that. But they can have like, yeah, Tank's like, oh, that's a pity with the smiley face. Yeah, I don't want there to be like, you know, like 3 runesmiths with the runes of wrath and ruin spam and like stuff like that, you know, like multiple tormentor sword type things. Yeah, so we're just trying this out. It's just kind of a fun format. I mean, if it catches on and people enjoy it a lot, we could like write rules for it. But you know, we're just kind of winging it today. Yeah, we're just winging it. 40 troops is going to be so fun. I know it like makes me want to play. I don't know who would really benefit the most from a 40 stack. I feel like Bretonnia could certainly get some bang out of that, because like you could just literally bring like 15 peasants and then bring like a bunch of elite knights or something, you know? Like, you don't get penalized as much for using a slot on like peasant mobs. Yeah. Dwarves should definitely be good here. The more OP, the better. 10 Gotreks. No, so they're using ladder. Ladder, actually, quick battles in Total War Warhammer do have caps on certain things, but they're much more relaxed than tournament rules. So you guys will see some stuff you don't normally see. Like, for example, I mean, neither of these factions can really abuse that, but if you're playing like Vampire Coast, you could bring triple Colossus, no problem. You could bring Noctilus, 2 other Colossus, and then, you know, just go crazy there. Yeah, so it'll be fun. Also, seeing these players, like, playing with big armies like this, I mean, they might, you know, the armies might still be the same. Like, for example, Tank could have a small dwarf army that's, like, all Ironbreakers, because he has extra money to work with. It's about 5,000 extra, so you can definitely mix in some stuff. Chaos Chosen Bomb, yeah, that could be good. Kelgar Iron Fist, I really agree with you. I do think that Skaven would really benefit. I think Skaven would definitely be very, very happy for this army size, because you could have so many more Skaven slaves, and then, like, you know, just get all the good stuff behind them. Like, man, imagine the Skaven's firing lines you could make with this army limit, and yeah, the amount of money. Is there a unit size? Yeah, we're not going to buff up the unit size. The unit size is going to be large still, or standard, or whatever the hell it's based on. But the funds are ultra, and the amount of units they can bring to the battlefield is going to be substantially bigger. So. Triple Gyro Bomber, yeah, beards and belts, let's do it, man, all day. Norska, yeah, Norska certainly, I mean, I feel like, yeah, that would be an interesting one to discuss which factions. Dwarves, Skaven, I feel like gunline factions will really benefit because they can, like, cover their back line easier and really, like, milk those. All trolls, I don't know about that. Hey, how's it going, Herbert Walker? Yeah, Chosen One's playing. He's in the bottom side of the bracket, my son, Herbert Walker, HW League. Yeah, he's playing against Falcon. No, I would say some races probably don't benefit as much as others. Like, yeah, of course, it opens up more tactical options. Yeah, Tank says, I have an idea of what to do. Oh my god, Tank is going to have like a million thunders, I bet. He's just going to have like this unholy gun line of the gods. Now, ladder caps still do limit the amount of single entities you can bring. So you can't go like super absurd and bring like, you know, 10 Vargulfs and just run circles and be obnoxious, but it's a much more forgiving. Yeah, I mean, I think Empire gunline could be okay, but I think Empire, like, artillery spam might be better. Dwarf gunline is going to be better, because Thunders are just so stalwart. Yeah, Anticity on Coast here is going to be nasty. So the initial rounds are best of 3, and the grand finals is going to be a big old fat best of 5. What's your opinion on the map steps of Aisha? Man, my brain just could not process that. You know, yesterday for the first time I had some coffee. Oh my god! Look at this! What is this? Jesus! Doesn't appear to be any lag, which is great. Now, guys, look at this Dwarven army. So we have a double cannon from tank. We have triple flame cannon. And it looks like 3 more cannons plus a goblobber. Oh my god, that is an unholy artillery build here from the Dwarves. Now, a couple Slayers to defend the back line. It looks like in total there's going to be 5 Slayers to defend the back line. Front battle line's going to be Longbeards, Ironbreakers. I mean, they have a ton of money to work with, so things are going to get wild. But so we'll go less into like talking about the army compositions because it's going to get a little bit tricky and take a long time in terms of strategy. But basically, for the Dwarves, it's a massive artillery line, a combination of Ironbreaker and Longbeard infantry, Slayers to back it up, a Runesmith, Rune Lord, and I believe that is going to be it. Oh my god, triple flames. Yeah, that's crazy. So the Greenskins are going for, oh my god, the Stone Troll Rush. So for the Greenskins here in Anticity, he's got a Rogue Idol, Penta Stone Troll, I think, or Hexa Stone Troll, 5 or 6 Stone Trolls, a couple Orc Air Boys. He does have some artillery of his own, Doomdiver Catapults, Rock Lobbers, and Ragnarok Spider. Interesting choice. I wouldn't have expected to see that. Black Orcs are going to be the main battle line with Crimson Killas. This is like watching late game campaign battles, but you know what's really funny? Like top tier players like these two gentlemen here, like Tank and Anticity, they probably have the micro to manage these armies. Like you probably are like less focused on the infantry aspects of the fight, but you just move those guys in and micro the mobile assets. And yeah, for the Dwarves, it's definitely not as much micro, in my opinion. Dustin, thank you for becoming a member here on the channel. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. For some reason, Dustin, the picture you have in your profile looks really familiar. Like, I feel like I've met you before in person. Strange stuff. Hope you're doing well, man, and thank you for becoming a member. A couple pump wagons on the flank, and yeah, it shouldn't be too hard to cast this, to be honest. I am very just eager. Part of me wants to just sit in silence and watch this battle unfold. You know, kind of join you guys in an audience perspective. I know your wrist hurts just looking at these builds. Me too, dude. Me too. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Dwarves, yeah, just going for artillery box. Dude, I am so happy that Tank brought this build. This is so glorious. Okay, Anticity says, hope you're ready because the green tide is here. Oh man, I don't know if the green tide knows what's coming. Like that Rogue Idol is gonna get pounded to dust by the, how many cannons are there in total? 1. Look at this symmetry here, or not the geometry here from Tank too. Like this whole defensive position. Yeah, it's like Apocalypse mode in 40k. Like as long as you can find players who don't have lag issues, it seems like it could be a really fun format here on the channel. I wish Turin would pump my wagons. Oh my god. Maybe time for some dramatic camera angles. Yeah, you want like this slow-mo, like panning like down the battle lines while the Dwarves bang their shields. All that kind of stuff. And the Rogue Idol approaches in the distance. Yeah, that's a big old greenskin wah, though. I mean, the Black Orcs will be very cost-effective, but what's going to happen... I mean, I don't know if Tank has the micro, but if you can get those flame cannons to focus the Black Orcs, ooh boy, they're going to have a bad time. The flame cannons certainly hit infantry very hard. Not the best AP values, I suppose, but yeah, there are goblobbers, all sorts of stuff like that, so... Yeah, the Greenskins, some good mobility. They got squig herds, and on the other side, it looks like it's all pump wagons. I think it's all 4 just baseline pump wagons, so going very cheap. Very cheap indeed. And they have up to 40 units, so you'll see that even though the funds are only 5,000, 6,000 more than basic, the army still get a lot bigger because they have more slots to get like chaff units and goblins and things like that. Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's like the defense of Kara Karak, led by the Rune Lord. We will see, although... Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's like a mountain pass here. You can see like this trail coming down to the valley. I wonder if the other side has something. It looks like there's like a gulch. Something neat like that. Dustin, you're from Germany? Oh, all right, that makes sense. So we probably haven't met in person. Although I have been to Germany before, but just in layovers to visit my lovely wife in Poland. But yeah, always had a good time there. Now the battle's underway. The cannons are going to be singing. Stone Trolls are certainly big targets. You can see the cannons immediately tear into some of the Black Orcs. Anticity better form up these ranks and advance very quickly because that Dwarven artillery is gonna hurt. And all of the Black Orcs have taken some casualties. 5 here, 3 here, and then it looks like 4 here on these bad boys. And the cannons, I would imagine, are going to be switching on over to the Rogue Idol now. Here comes the Rock Lobber going into the Black Orcs as they do advance. But, you know, this is all fun and games, but until we see the Flame Cannons come online, that's what everyone's waiting for. Just a bit of a, you know, precaution. The battles might be a little bit laggier since they're so big, but for the most part, honestly, this isn't that much worse than any tournament games I've had recently. I've had some lag issues, so seems totally fine, actually. So yeah, the Black Orcs, of course, are the target priority. Stone Trolls themselves are weak to fire, so the Flame Cannons could perhaps go after the Stone Trolls, which would be really, really fun. And yeah, the Greenskins taking, you know, ample damage in the front line. Not as bad as you think. The Rogue Idol's actually, like, hiding behind this little patch of trees, which is good. I would imagine the Rogue Idol, once it does come into the open, will be focused. But right now, it seems like the Black Orcs are the primary focus. Maybe the Dwarves are thinking that if they just kill the Elite Infantry, there's not going to be anything that can really grind through their numbers here. So here comes the first Flame Cannon salvos. They are going to be going into the Black Orcs, doing some pretty good damage on the edge of that formation. Crimson Killis sprinting forward. Perhaps they should have been in reserve here, but yeah, here comes the poor Crimson Killis. Yeah, Dwarves in this format could be quite nasty for sure. Like, I'm seeing, like, the layers that Tank has. Like, Anticity is usually the layers guy in pretty much every format I've seen him in, but Tank is certainly giving him a taste of his own medicine, because this is usually how Anticity plays Vampire Coast. Now, Blasting Charge is going into the Spider, good play there by Anticity, but now comes the true firepower, as everything is firing at this point, all the cannons, and the Greenskin battle lines are taking a royal hammering. Blasting Charge is going down on the Arachnarch Spider as well, and the Greenskin Archer is a little bit delayed, but the Greenskins have their own artillery shooting back. Granted, it's not really doing that much, and here you can see the Arachnarch Spider is just getting destroyed by Blasting Charges and Dawi Cannons, and yeah, some righteous fire for sure, but the Stone Trolls have gotten in. The first line of defense for the Dwarves is certainly holding. Flame Cannons are shooting at Black Orcs, but here comes the Pump Wagons. It's time. The big Pump Wagon flank's going to be coming in, and it's going to be tough for the Dwarves to defend everything. The quad Pump Wagon pressure certainly should be able to kill these Coilers quite quickly. And you can see Anticity does, or Tank, excuse me, does send his Slayers to go intercept those guys. Now on the other side, we have a similar situation. Squig Herds collapsing, but these are Slayers, so it's not going to be great for them. They're actually rampaging into Slayers. So the powerful Mohawks are going to be able to cut apart these Squigs fairly easily, and those guys are going to be sent shattered to the hills. So balance of power is certainly Dwarf favored in this situation. The Greenskins, their archers definitely a little bit behind. Those guys should have been engaging much earlier, shooting at Slayers, and I think that may be something that could potentially cost Greenskins the game, but now we have the big Chungus fight here in the middle. So you can see the Crimson Kill is getting Blasting Charged, and the Rogue Idol is now going to be getting focused by all the cannons, and we have a couple of hammers in reserve as well. Ooh, a big Foot of Gork. Nice Foot of Gork right there. Actually hits the Flame Cannon and two other units, although it seems like, it did some okay damage. At least temporarily shut down the Flame Cannon. Now, the Greenskin missile pieces are underway. I didn't even see who the Greenskin Lord was. It appears to be Grimgor Ironhide on foot. But yeah, the Rogue Idol, man, is just getting pounded. But Blasting Charges are going, and the Dwarf battle line, if you look like a big overhead view, it's slowly getting pushed back. There's Black Orcs advancing into the back line. The Wa is here, so of course the Dwarves, having this much artillery, are going to have a pretty big advantage. Yeah, man, the Flame Cannons are tearing apart the archer lines, too, going into the Rusty Arrows back there. But, you know, the Dwarven battle lines are going to start getting compromised, most likely. Oh, let me make sure I have sound on, do I? Yes, okay, good. I was, like, paranoid for a second. I was like, there's no sound in this epic battle. And here comes the Arachnarch Spider and the Stone Trolls piling in. Longbeards, the Dwarves forming a valiant battle line against all these big monsters, certainly holding quite well. You can see the Rogue Idol, him slapping some Dwarves in the back line right there. But yeah, he's getting quite low. I mean, he's taking, you know, 6 cannons worth of fire, but the Greenskins keep pouring on. You know, I really actually initially thought this was going to be a quick one. The Dwarves would really pound them on the approach, but the balance of power is actually normalizing a little bit. Night Goblins getting into the back line, Black Orcs, some of the Flame Cannons, like the first battle line. So the Dwarves had their Flame Cannons in this first row here, and it seems like many of the Flame Cannons are shut down, but the cannons are still going strong. So pretty much everything big, like the Spiders and the Trolls and all those guys, are getting pounded pretty good. Granted, the Stone Trolls may be able to come back and be, you know, playmakers as the game does progress. Flame Cannons still shooting in, and of course, a very good play here by Tank, making sure to focus down all the different archer units and whatnot. And the Rune Lord is now in mortal combat. It looks like Grimgor is here, and, you know, Lords are going to be substantially less impactful in these bigger battles. Still very good, but of course, like, losing your Lord isn't going to be as disastrous when you have so many other troops here. But yeah, Grimgor Ironhide is chopping down this Rune Lord, certainly doing a lot of damage, but the bounce of power is now going into the Dwarves' favor, and you can see a lot of the Greenskins are in a bit of a mass exodus, and, you know, perhaps, you know, like some sort of a vanguard of goblins would have been so punishing here. Like, if there were some goblins back here that really dove on these cannons early, man, yeah, the cannons were really, really punishing on the approach. Like maybe a wider, like, Doom stack instead of going Black Orcs, because the Black Orcs really just kind of played into the cannon and focus fire play. Dwarves getting in here as well. You can see the Proud Dowie, the Longbeards moving here, and I'm really eager to see more Dwarf play in this tournament against some other factions as well. The Greenskins did use the Wa, but the archers are being flame cannoned. It looks like the Greenskin battle lines are finally starting to wash against the wall of Dowie steel, as the Slayers and Longbeards and all these other assets, you know, eventually do hold their position. And here we have Grimgor making his valiant last stand, but he is afflicted by the Rune of Wrath and Ruin and the Hammer of Caragdraz, and the Hammers are just kind of beating him down a little bit. And the Greenskins, yeah, the monsters, I like the Stone Trolls. I think they're impactful, but the Ragnarok Spider and maybe the Rogue Idol, a little bit of a ambitious pick in a matchup in which they might have like just a ton of guns like this. It's hard to say. It's hard to say for sure. For sure. But yeah, the Greenskins are going to be trying to rally here. They do, of course, have their artillery still shooting, so they have, you know, 3 Doomdiver catapults themselves. Maybe if Grimgor can get away and, like, you know, rally and they can use their archers. I mean, the Dwarf army isn't, you know, a spring chicken either. It's certainly taking quite a bit of damage. Ooh, and a nice Vortex perhaps here. Curse at a bad moon going down. It kind of goes the wrong way. A little bit unfortunate. But yeah, Grimgor is actually kiting here. Blasting charges going down from the Ironbreakers on the Blackworks. Blackworks here certainly taking a bit of a righteous pounding as well. And now the proud Dawi Ironbreakers are going to be running down these Blackworks. A pretty epic sight as the Curse at a Bad Moon goes down in the distance. And Grimgor Ironhide, I believe, countercharges here. No, that was actually just a Black Orc there. Grimgor actually pulling back, you know, trying to lure the Dwarves into an overextension. And now the Pump Wagons have rallied. They should be able to clean up some of these forces, but man, that Dwarven battle line is thick and meaty still. However, guys, a big however, the Dwarven artillery is running a little bit sparse. It looks like some Squig Hoppers are going to get back here, potentially shutting down a cannon as well. And there's a lot to manage. I mean, both players have so much to micro, so it really is a test of the abilities here of these players. As the Squig herds do advance in, and you can see the cannon is going to be getting munched on by these guys. So now back to the battlefield. The big old greenskin blob of goblins is going to be shattering. Not before they lose some fanatics, though. They're going to be all running for the hills. Grimgor Ironhide is able to rally some troops here. Flame Cannon's still just doing some unholy damage right here. Unholy stuff. And yeah, certainly like plays like Vanguards become a lot like less risky here in Ultra Funds because you could easily invest like, you know, 1,500 gold in a bunch of Vanguard Goblins, which if they had been able to collapse on that Archer line or the Cannon line, could have just won the game like outright, right? The Dwarves are very, very heavily reliant on those bad boys. Balance of Power getting even more Dawi favored at this point. It's certainly not 100% over yet. Most likely is. But Grimgor's back here. He's got his Pump Wagons. Ammunition is pretty good for the Dwarven guns back here. Yeah. That cannon's pretty good. This cannon is good. The flame cannons appear to be mostly out of ammunition. A couple of them are still shooting. Yeah, there's like one model here, and the Goblobber's out as well. Some Stone Trolls have rallied in the distance here from Anticity. Certainly a very, very good scrap. Greenskins still rocking some artillery themselves, but it looks like the Dwarves are going to be getting back here with some Dwarf Warriors and pushing in. But really, this is the epicenter of the Dwarven push. And you can see the remains of the Arachnarok Spider and a couple of these large monsters. I think the large monsters really did cost him quite a bit. I mean, the Rogue Idol plus the Spider is like 3,000 plus gold, which is still a lot, even on Ultra Funds, and they did pretty much nothing. I mean, against, you know, Pensa Cannon or whatever you're thinking, yeah, it's going to be tricky. So Ironbreakers have advanced. Grimgor and the Pump Wagons making their way through, but it looks like Grimgor is going to be going on to seek some better prey as he does take some cannon fire. Pump Wagons still getting in there, Archers falling back, and it seems like the inexorable advance of the Dwarves is just a matter of time here. A couple Greenskins have infiltrated the back line in the form of some Night Goblins and Pump Wagons, but the Dwarves have, you know, really valiantly held against the Greenskin Wa. Grimgor with his Crimson Killas advancing, the Immortals perhaps entrenched in his ranks. But Grimgor is going to be wavering, and that is going to be a withdrawal. And the Dawi hold! Tank is going up. 1-0 here in this best of 3 series. Let's take a look. So, oh, this is so different. The Flame Cannons 174, 82, and 92. The cannons all appear to have earned chevrons over the course of that battle. But yeah, I think the double Spider was the weak link in Anticity's army. Like, I think if he had cut those bad boys and just gotten something else that's more effective against Dwarves, because Spiders are pretty useless against Dawi in my opinion. But aside from that, it was good. Maybe just like vanguarding the Night Goblins behind him and pushing up with the Blackworks could have been really strong. Maybe some Squig Hoppers, but it's hard to say. It's hard to say. All right, so let's go ahead and update the scorecard here. Tank is going to be going up 1-0 here in this best of 3. And now we move on to the next match. I'm going to make sure to pick big maps. So we're going to do Blue Reach River. GG. That was actually really fun. I'm excited to see it. It's like almost a different. Of course, it's a different format, but I really find it quite intriguing to see like the difference of like the size makes on the playstyle and the dynamics of matchups and things like that. Get at Mule. I'll take predictable outcomes for 500, Alex. Oh man. One Slayer had 103 kills. Not surprising though, considering there are a lot of goblins in that battle, so it's certainly like to be expected. Yep. Anticity's going to. Oh man, guys, this is going to be crazy. Anticity on Ultra Fun's Coast. So he goes Coast banning Empire and High Elves. What? He didn't ban Dwarves? Oh, but Tank already played Dwarves. Clever girl. Clever girl. The Lord of Uwu. Dwarves literally suck the fun out of the game for most people. Changed my mind. You know, I think Dwarves are fun. But I understand, like, on a high level play, like I don't mind playing against dwarves, but when I was like, I can see what you're saying. I'm not sure about your experience in multiplayer, but I do actually enjoy playing dwarves myself. Yeah. I enjoy playing them. But yeah, for some people, like, campaign dwarves can be really annoying too. The gunline factions are good. I think, like, you gotta just adapt, though. I think the other factions can deal with it. You just gotta, like, vanguard and be more aggressive. You know what? I think tank is gonna go vampire counts here. 40 Hellstorm rocket batteries? Oh my god. Ultra funds autogen, please no. Because then it's like there's no cohesion and strategy, and it becomes, like, kind of just a circus. Chosen One, you got some strategies, man? You and Falcon preparing for your glorious duel on the other side of the bracket? Yeah. 2 Queen Bestas? You can't do that. You can't take 2 Queen Bestas. Hey, the Lord Uwu, thank you for the donation, man. Oh, man, this is just what I wanted to see. Skaven against Coast. Oh, baby. Whip out them gun lines. This is going to be great. Oh, man. I'm so excited to see what the Skaven can do with the large armies, as well as, like, oh my god, that extra money. Skaven are going to be crazy. The fund limit is like 17 or 18,000. I forget what it is. It's ultra funds, though. Yeah. So we'll see. It's going to be Tank and Anticity facing off. Mass Bloaty? I don't think so. I don't think so, guys. I think we're going to see, like, a ton of Jezzails and Rattling Gunners and, like, oh my god, and a ton of Poison Wind Mortars. Like, I would bring, like, 5 of those if I could in this format. Like, why the hell not? They're so good against Coast. You know, but Anticity could surprise us and go for, like, a mass Morngul rush. Like, that's the thing. I don't know. This is going to be a light show for sure. Okay, so Chosen One is checked. It's 17,000 gold is what they have instead of 12,400. So you're essentially getting, you know, a pretty substantial increase. Would you like some rats with your guns? Dude, there's going to be some serious warp firepower here in this game. And it's a pretty big map too, Blue Reach River. So there's going to be... it'd be really funny to do, like, ultra funds and put them on the Spirit Essence of Chaos or, like, one of those tiny maps with, like, a tiny deployment zone or something. No. Yeah, Rattling Guns, Mortars, and Jezzails. Like, what else do you need, man? Maybe, like, some Skaven Slaves? That should cover your bases. Rattling Gunners will be key here. I agree. I agree. Doom Wheels into the sunset? I probably wouldn't bring a Doom Wheel against Anticity. I think he's going to bring, like, 6 cannons. I think, like, he felt the wrath of the cannons last game, and now he's going to, like, do it himself. Yeah, so that would be my guess. I know a Peasant Rush could be really fun. Lord Vezin says, by Sigmar turn, you're a heretic. You play a game where Skaven are in, but no such things exist. Oh, well, apparently so, man. No, I'm not gonna put them on small maps. It's already enough stress to, like, control all this stuff. This, but on Troll Country? Oh my god. Oh my god, that would be wild. Mortars. Skaven is risky because of the carronades. Yeah, so what you do, D Willow, though, if you're playing Skaven against Coast, you don't bring artillery. You bring like mortars. Because the mortars are much smaller targets. Cannons don't remove them that effectively. So if you brought, like, 4 mortars and, like, a couple Jezzails, like, the cannons wouldn't be that devastating. But if you bring, like, Warp Lightning cannons or Plague Clock catapults, the artillery pieces of Coast will destroy them. Because they're really big targets for Skaven. So, hi, Turn. I have 40 hours played, and I love your channel. Right on, Sunny D. We have a donation from Jonathan Kelly. More units equals more likes. Well, that's cool, man. Glad to hear that. Jonathan, I hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for your support, brother. Yeah. Tarp at the enemy Skaven slaves and blast everything to pieces. The Essence of Chaos. Oh my god. I would probably go with Count Noctilus here. Like, on his Colossus. Like, Noctilus on Colossus with, like, 2 other Colossus and, like, 6 cannons and then a bunch of zombies would be pretty gross. Like, triple Colossus with 6 carronades and then, like, a ton of deckhand mob halberds. That's pretty hard for Skaven to beat. How many hours does Turin have in Warhammer 2? I think, like, 3,600. But you have to remember, a lot of the hours I have isn't me actually playing. It's me casting games or just leaving the game lobby open in between casts. So a lot of my hours are, like, falsely inflated. I don't think anybody can really beat... As far as, like, creators go, like, campaign creators will always have more because they, like, it's more time, typically, to, like, play campaign than it is multiplayer. I think Legend of Total War, I saw somebody like made a post, and I think he was the most. I would imagine though Lionheart probably has a ton too. I don't know if he ever posted his hours like played. But yeah, I bet Lionheart and Legend would probably have the most because they just are recording like, 6-7 hour campaign streams and things like that. So yeah, who knows? And plus, I haven't been able to play that long up until, hopefully soon I'll be able to. The tank is like, Skaven. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm hoping we'll see like some really gross builds. That's kind of what we're here to see today, is like just the absurdity and creativity. Legend has like 6K hours. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Bess is risky for sure. But, Bess actually, I wouldn't be afraid to bring Bess against Skaven. If you have enough carronades to dominate their stuff that could snipe Queen Bess, I think it'd be worth it. He said he has around 4,000 hours. Oh, okay, really? Everybody's saying different numbers. Ephraim Va, Turin, let me get a hell yeah, brother. Also, when do you think the next expansion will drop? I have no idea. Hopefully soon, dude. I'm getting impatient. Scratch the itch, man. Playing Wood Elves right now, and boy, they could use some love. Dude, Ephraim, the Wood Elf campaign is so janky. It is so haggard. If that word was ever applicable to this game, it would be for the Wood Elf campaign. Thank you, man. D3 Willow. I don't have much to offer you, but you do so much. Thank you. Oh, dude, please. That's I don't know. That's really generous, man. I appreciate the donation. Cheers, brother. He has 8K turn. That's solid, yeah. That's solid. I wonder who has the most hours of like all creators. Yeah, in Warhammer 2. Warhammer 1, I didn't have nearly as many hours. Because I worked more or less worked a full-time job when Warhammer 1 was out, so I didn't have the time to put in. Yeah, I feel like Lionheart would have a lot too, because he plays so many campaigns. But then again, Legend has like campaign streams, which are like 6-7 hours long, and those that's putting in work, dude. That's putting in that road work, That's impressive. Like when I was younger, in my like early 20s and late teens, like I could play games for like 8 to 12 hours, no problem. But like it really becomes even more of an accomplishment as you get older to be able to play that long. Oh my god, a vampire count mirror match? No. Legend also said he never closes Total War or turns off his computer off. I think it's idle. Yeah, you see, the idle hours are big. I do the same thing. Like before my stream today, I had Total War on for like 2 hours just in the background, like in a lobby. We must offer me 1,000 souls a day to keep the stream going. Hey, hello 5474. I'm doing very good. Thank you for asking. Doing very, very good. Had my physical therapy early this morning, feeling fresh. And now we're in our second big, thick battle in Total War Warhammer 2. It's going to be Anticity against Tank. This time it's Coast against Skaven. We had Dwarves against Greenskins. And I think both players are like, all right, let's get them gun lines going. I'm really curious to see what Falcon and Chosen One have up their sleeves too. I'm sure they're both scheming right now. Yeah, just like I expected, Poison Wind Mortars and Jezzails. Those are like the aces on the Skaven roster, so might as well just bring more of those. So here for the Forces of Tank, it's going to be a ton of Jezzails, so let's take a look. Yeah, he's got Jezzails, he's got Poison Wind Mortars, including the Avalanche Mortars, a couple Eshin Triads mixed in, and not as many Skaven Slaves as you'd think. It's actually decent infantry, Clan Rats, Plague Monks, even some Storm Vermin with Halberds here. He's got some Rat Ogres in the back, Doom Flayers for Harass, and it looks like double Bell. So he's got a Gracier of Ruin and a Plague Priest. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. So yeah, more or less, it's just going to be Jezzails and Mortars are going to be doing like all the heavy lifting. Mini X Tommy, love coming home to some cool tournaments. Thanks, Turn. You're very welcome. Turn, is there a date for you playing again? Yeah, I played on stream the other day. Yeah. I played on stream the other day. I can't do a lot, but I'm working my way back in slowly. Gallahan, thank you for the $38.07. Funds for the fun god. Thick for the thick throne. Hell yeah, baby. That's some good stuff. And wow, okay. Anticity actually with a fair amount of artillery. Yeah, he's got, what, 5 carronades? He's got Celostra Deerfawn. He's got a Queen Bess in the back. Oh my god, and the amount of mortars. So it's really funny because they both are like last game, this is exactly what the Dwarves did. So maybe Anticity took some notes, or it's just kind of, this is just how you would play it anyways. Up in the sky, we got double Deathshriek Terrorgeist. And as far as the main battle line goes, it's Sirens and Deckhand mobs with Rotting Prometheans as well. And a little bit of a flank of Morgul's in the forest here. That's actually going to be very surprising. And one bloated corpse! I see one! Can I get 2 bloated corpses? Double bloat! Dual bloat, my friends. Dual bloat is here. Jesus, that's a lot of units. Who's the Skaven Lord? Yeah, the Lords. Where the hell are the Lords? Yeah, we got Slostra and then Slostra Thicc Fin. Very fitting here. For the Skaven, the Lord is Gracier of Ruin on a bell. Yeah, no Rattling Gunners. I'm surprised. I thought we'd see some. I feel like a couple layers of Rattling Gunners. No, there are some. There are some. We got Rattling Gunners right here. There's 2 units of Rattling Guns. Yeah, 2. So he has all the weapon teams more or less, except the Globadiers, which just suck in comparison to the other ones. So yeah, there's a couple Rattling Gunners. Yeah, and we also have the Flayers and some good flanking pressure. Of course, there's going to be the Morgul sneaking around. So much to micromanage here. It's quite crazy. No worries. Yeah, Tank said he needed to answer the phone. Needs 2 minutes. No problem. No problem at all. Double bloats makes your army float. It does. We all float here. Homster. I'm trying to read it, but it's like a combination of numbers and letters. Pass my med school exam. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, you mentioned the other day. I remember on stream you came in and we're talking about you had the big exam. You'll get the big bucks if you're still streaming in 7 years. Dude, I will be. I will be streaming. I'll be like some wizened king by then with just a gray beard. And how old will I be? I'll almost be 40 in that time. Cheers, man. Really happy to hear you passed. Congrats. Big congratulations. Yes, and now the battle rages on. The dreaded hordes of Skaven with a massive gun line and mortars. It's going to be quite crazy. We have Plague Priest. We also have a Grey Seer. LCR, Red Rock. Hot damn, dude. Apparently you guys enjoy this format. A $99 donation. Don't get to catch you live very often, but love watching your videos later. A thank you to my favorite multiplayer content creator. Hey, cheers, man. That's very generous. And hopefully you enjoy this this big, fat battle which is about to take place. Tank is currently on the phone, so there's a little bit of a delay. He's had someone call him, so he just has to take this call. Wouldn't it be funny if Anticity just readied up and just attacked him? Dude, that is a thick donation. Red Rock, man, thank you. Yeah, the bloats are a thing. The bloats could sneak around, maybe jump onto some of the council guard and these elite troops. I mean, that is the dream. If the bloat is able to get there on the council guard, that is going to be mega thick. That would be really, really nice if that can happen. But I mean, I don't know. Tank's got plenty of Skaven slaves. What I really want to see is a 20 stack of, or a 40 stack of peasants with gold chevrons just advancing. They'd probably just get massacred though. Yes, don't forget the 99 cents. So it might as well be $100. Red Rock, cheers, man. Turin the Longbeard, I know. The thing is, though, is I can't really grow a good beard, so... Joseph, we actually had to reshoot it because I made some mistakes in the initial recording. There were some audio issues, and then also the graphics didn't quite sync up, so... Joseph, we're going to re-record that. Big chunk is 100. Oh my god. Who do you serve, my fighting Urukai? Yeah, here we go, guys. This is going to be fun. Hey, Red Rock, I'm glad you've enjoyed 2 years of content, man. Much more to come. I'll be here. I know I'm a bit of a... I don't know if I would call it simpleton, but I really stick to my Total War content. So hopefully you guys enjoy Total War. I don't cover too many other games, but I just do what I enjoy, man. And I have an addictive personality when it comes to games I enjoy. So, honestly, I never get sick of this game. It's very strange. It's very strange indeed. There was a bit of a dwarf boxish formation in the first game. Turin is a high elf confirmed. I know. Well, all right. So I can grow a beard. It's just not. It doesn't look good. It looks really bad. Yeah, Tank is currently setting up his army, so you can see the Skaven hordes are going to be deploying in the tree line here. So here for the forces of the coast, it's going to be carronades, like I said, into the sunset. Queen Bess, a bunch of mortars, double goose. I mean, I feel like this coast army is going to be so good against this Skaven army. Just looking at my early prediction. But again, the poison wind mortars, if they can close the distance and hammer those carronades, that could be super nasty as well. I do think artillery builds are a lot better, but I think a mass vanguard could counter this super efficiently. For example, if there was an army vanguard on the white line, I think this artillery build would probably get run over. Get out, Mule. Always fresh and exciting content. I never miss one of your videos and look forward to every stream. Thank you. Hey, Mr. Mule, thank you. Glad to hear that. Dudes, I had coffee yesterday for the first time in 2 years. It was so good. Oh, man. It was so good. Yeah, Lizardmen could be interesting. For sure. You could go, like, super wide. Like, hordes of pterodon riders flying over your head, like, mixed in with, like, skinks everywhere. Yeah, there's some crazy stuff you could do. Red Rock says, hardly played video games growing up and then got introduced to Warhammer through Indie Pride on YouTube. Been addicted since. Dude, there's games I don't even play, but I then, you know, will watch other YouTubers do it. Holy shit, Wolf of Sigmar! So guys, I don't know if you saw it. Sometimes those ones don't always appear on stream on Streamlabs, but Wolf of Sigmar just donated fucking $200. Holy shit, man. Thanks for helping with my channel and showing me Streamlabs. Hey, you're welcome, man. I hope everything's going well with your channel. And of course, should you have more questions, just hit me up. God damn, dude. Wolf of Sigmar, that's out of control. Thank you so much, man. Oh, man. About to sneeze. Oh, no. How do I mute my mic? Oh, God. Dude, guys, let's hear a big round of applause for Wolf of Sigmar here. Red Rock, all you guys, man. Thank you so much. Ultra funds, ultra donations, baby. For Sigmar all day. And the battle's underway. So now I'm going to do my best to actually focus on the battle after those donations. It kind of like always like, you know, puts me off a little bit. Not puts me off, but it distracts me and it's hard to focus. 200 llamas. Dude, thank you so much, man. Thank you. The double hundo. And Wolf, again, if you have any questions about your channel, you know, just hit me up, man. Let me know. Got you covered. Ultra funded. So the Skaven army is going to be advancing through the tree line, which is certainly smart because coast, like you can see here, is just mass artillery. So the carronades are already, you know, just... Oh, guys. The dread bloat. Here it comes. And you can see on the far side of the map, the Skaven are actually dual pressing. So they have like a force of actually decent melee troops over here. And the mortars are actually able to shoot out of the trees pretty happily here, which I think is quite nice. Oh, look at the mortars going in there. Nice damage there on those deckhand mobs. Definitely going to want to start switching on to the artillery teams if they can, like scooting up and going after the carronades, but might as well get rid of chaff while you can. So the bloat falls back, and it looks like the terrors and the knight are going to push in. The knight terrors? I don't know about if I agree with that. There's a help with abomination and a ton of spears here. Where is Sir Bloat? Like, the only thing I want to focus on this battle is the bloat. Yeah, you can see here. We do have the dreaded bloated corpse hiding in the tree line. Now on the other side, we have the same thing happening. Mortars are just kind of raining fire here into the Vampire Coast battle lines. Also, guys, hopefully you don't mind. When I cast these massive battles, I'm usually going to be sitting further out so you guys can see more of what's happening. I won't be quite as fine detail in terms of like seeing the battles, but I think it's just a more efficient way to do this. But yeah, Skaven weapons teams are honestly kind of picking apart this Coast Army. Like, I love the dual-pronged approach here from Tank. He's able to like approach from two sides here and really kind of like decentralize the forces here of the Vampire Coast. Yeah. So here you go in the battle lines. You can see the Deathstreak Terrorgeist and company. We have a bit of a scrap in the forest. So the Night Terrors did engage, but the double Goose actually pulled in here as well. The bloated corpse just kind of meandering about in the tree line as the mortars continue to pound away. Poison Wind mortars are such a strong asset here. Some of the Jezzails have been focused down, so it looks like all the carronades here for Coast did focus down that one Jezzail unit over there. And here, the two Deathstreak Terrorgeists are now going to be pulling back. Maybe getting some breath attacks up in the sky. And the Night Terrors are doing okay. I mean, they are rampaging. They're able to break, actually, some of the Doom Flayers, which is quite nice. So a bit of just a skirmishing engagement here, but I don't want to watch this for too long, but I want to see what the bloat does. Oh, yeah. The bloated corpse going to send a message here to this Hellpit Abomination. I think you're in the wrong neighborhood. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. No. What are you doing? Oh, God. And that did, like, no damage. Bloated corpses. All right. All right, guys. Bloated corpses should do more damage against single entities. 100%. Like, that's silly. That thing would have nuked that freaking Hellpit Abomination's torso. So the mortars are shooting in, and it looks like Solostra is going to be dropping the Damned Knights Errant, and they're going to be advancing on into the Rattling Gunners here. So these poor Rattling Gunners are going to be getting rode down here by some of the Damned Knights Errant. Pretty good usage of Slostra's ability. Carronades, of course, doing huge damage. The Poison Wind mortar teams are getting shreked pretty good. And now let's evaluate the other side of the battlefield. The Avalanche mortars are doing some big damage, 96 kills actually, and absolutely destroying these deckhand mobs, and as well as the Mournguls. So it looks like here the Plague Monks and the Flayers, and as well as these Storm Vermin, were able to push through the defensive perimeter here of this Vampire Coast army, and might be able to push in from here. It's hard to say. Currently, Anticity is doing a good job. He's got like Syreens and Mournguls lying in wait, very much playing that like layered approach to the Vampire Coast. And yeah, I feel like the artillery is definitely really punishing here. Yeah, the bloat should like do more damage. To like, it should do like at least like 500 damage against a monster, or like maybe 1,000. Like, it's a tough thing to get in there. It's a really tough unit to use. You should be like rewarded more for like making those engagements. But the Damned Knights Errant are able to get in, and that's actually a really tough loss here for the Skaven. They actually lose the Rattling Gunners, and yeah, both Rattling Gunners here get rode down, as well as the other Warlock Jezzail. Jezzail's casting Witchcraft and Warlock Treachery. Warplock Jezzail, as it's actually called. Pretty decent position here for the Skaven, at least they're in the trees, which is going to circumvent some of the artillery. Going to be moving up. You can see the Skaven leadership. We have the Grey Seer here, as well as the Grey Seer of Ruin pushing up through the trees here. So they're going to be trying to press this position, but it's not going to be easy. I mean, 2 bells versus 2 gooses, that is not a good engagement. On top of that, we have Sealoster Direfan, whatever the hell she's called. Direfan. She's going to be able to, you know, really block those guys up pretty effectively. Now, here we have another engagement. We have the Lamprey's Revenge about to do battle with some ogres on the other side. The Avalanche Mortars have done really well, 104 kills. They seem to be pounding pretty much whatever they hit. Let's go ahead and see what they're shooting now. Avalanche Mortars might be switching on to some of the artillery pieces. Certainly wouldn't be a bad idea to remove some of that firepower over the course of this game. This is actually turning out to be a really, really cool engagement. It's like a very tactical, like, chess battle here on this huge map here. Players saying, good luck, have fun. Lamprey's Revenge actually losing that battle against the ogres due to the support here of the sharpshooters and some Rattling Gunners and Jezzails, it looks like, that are in the back here. But the mortars, of course, continuing to rain fire, but mortars are actually pretty inefficient at clearing out Skaven weapons teams. But it looks like there's a big old goose coming back here to cause some problems, as the Lamprey's Revenge actually crumble really, really quickly. In the middle, we have some Jezzails and Plague Monks pushing up. Plague Monks certainly could be quite nice. There are some Depth Guard in the middle, if you see here. Antiquity does have Depth Guard hanging out in the middle of the map, just kind of waiting to intercept here. And now on this side of the battlefield, the western front, or the eastern front, actually, as the minimap does show, the Assassin and the Plague Priest are advancing. One of the Doom players has engaged with some Banshees, but yeah, I don't know how far the Plague Priest is going to go. I mean, maybe he's trying to drop some summons here. We definitely suck to lose this character early, to lose your summons. We actually didn't see a Colossus here either. I really thought we would see a Colossus in this battle. I feel like they'd be really strong, but hard to say. I mean, I guess if you're a little bit worried about Skaven Jezzails, it's a bit of a liability. Ooh, nice one right there. So look at this. So the Grey Seer, the Plague Priest, sorry, he summoned some Plague Monks here and some Clan Rats behind the enemy lines, and now we're going to get some Plague Monks pushing onto the mortars, but like, it's crazy how good the micro is of these players. Like, stuff is happening all over the battlefield, and then like immediately they react. So Plague Monks going to be piling in, but they are intercepted by the crabs, which is going to be enough to probably stop them and save those artillery pieces. Over here, the Skaven are not quite able to get through Lamprey's Revenge, the Jezzails and Storm Vermin, or Eshin Triads, making quite a stand here, but now the Avalanche Mortars are out of ammo. They're going to be engaging in melee, certainly not going to be great for them, but not before they got 155 kills. They actually did kill a cannon and probably 2 or 3 groups of infantry, so certainly not bad. And, oh my god, dude, Wolf of Sigmar, I really hope you have a good job, man. Guys, Wolf of Sigmar just donated $300. 300 fat dollars. Says, tank is OP. He is my first matchup in every tournament. Please nerf. Dude, I don't know how to thank you, man. Wolf of Sigmar, that is far too generous, man. Thank you so much. Guys, another round of applause for our boy, Wolf of Sigmar. Looks like we're going to have to up the prize pool in today's tournament. Give the players a cut of this pie. Because, man, that is super generous. Wolf of Sigmar, thank you so much. I'm sorry you have to play tank in the first round of every tournament. I know that there's some people who just like face the same person every time. Sigmar be blessed. But currently, Antiquity is certainly pulling ahead in this game. Like, the Vampire Coast artillery line has been functional this entire game, and the Skaven have been kind of on the back foot. I mean, I don't think it's 100% over. There's still a ton of Skaven. I mean, look at this. The Skaven are just numerous. They have reserves, Council Guard, and like 4 Clan Rats here. And I mean, Coast is running out of infantry, but my concern is the monsters. Like, a lot of the Skaven Jezzails and weapons teams are quite beat up. However, we do have a Grey Seer, which just got friendly fired. Dude. Wolf of Sigmar, man. I really hope that's not a financial burden on you. I really do. I hope it's no stress. Because I know people are losing their jobs, and these are hard times, man. But I do appreciate it. Again, I really hope it's not a stress on you. That is super generous. And we'll keep going in your honor. Mortar teams are shooting in. You can see the Zombie Pirate Deckhand mob polearms are falling back. Rotting Promethean Gunnery mobs as well. Rat Ogres advancing in. Dude, this is such a chess match. I actually really like this. This is like a completely different format. Really freshens up the game. This entire Skaven position pretty much crumbled, though. You can see there's some Plague Monks and some, Riff Raff coming back, some Storm Vermin. Yeah, some Jezzails actually rallying, some Rat Ogres and Rattling Gunners. But yeah, Skaven really got pushed back on this front. But now on the far side, Claps and Super Ultra Funds. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a good spot, though. This is a good spot in terms of army size. I think if you go any bigger, like it's going to get laggy and ridiculous. I think like you're able to fill out a 40-man army and like have a reasonably balanced composition. Because if you go to like 100,000 gold or 50,000, you're just going to see like elite units spammed, like full stacks. You won't be seeing the bad units. Yeah. So that is that. And here comes Solastra chasing down the Grey Seer of Ruin. The Storm Vermin Halberds, the Song of Enthrallment. Activated once again. And let's look around. Skaven are coming back here. Balance of power is certainly coast favored, but the Skaven are persistent. These rats are certainly hunting for some prey here, as they do perhaps get onto the Lamprey's Revenge. It looks like some of the Rattling Gunners may be able to shoot them down. It's hard to say, but it currently seems like coast is in a pretty dominant position. Like their artillery is just all still functional, and somehow there's ammo. You know what would have been really good in this build too would be to see the a gunnery wide or two to just give extra ammo in these like long grindy battles. That really could be, you know, the clinching factor there. Wolf of Sigmar says he helped me with my channel, so I'm helping with his. Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, it's a pleasure, man. Zach Style, thank you for becoming a member on the channel. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the Haggard Horde. We got to come up with a name for people who are members on the channel. You know, like how Dr. Disrespect has like the Champions Club. We need something like that. I'll think of something. The Haggard Horde, the Haggard Legion, I think would be the proper one. Yeah. What do you guys think? The Haggard Legion. Oh, look at it. The Kraken's pull is going down right here. Oh my god, you never see this. Let's just get the cinematic of this bad boy. The rats are just flying. You could just see like storm vermin flying out with the Kraken tentacles. Oh my god. I love it. And yeah, currently it's like point of no return for Skaven. Their leadership's getting pounded hard, and there's so many Vampire Coast artillery pieces still online. I knew Vampire Coast would be really gross in this, like really strong. But yeah, maybe if Skaven had had a little bit more of an aggressive build, I don't know even. Like that's what I would have done. I would have brought just what Tank brought. Mortars and Jezzails, but like it seems like the artillery, the cannons were able to snipe them nonetheless. Turin's turnips? I don't know. Haggard Horde? No, it's Legion or Horde. The Haggard Horde? Yeah, I think Haggard Horde is good. Alright guys, so we got a rubber match. Anticity with game 2, and now we're going into game 3 here. I am loving this. This is so much fun. Alright, let's go and get a map for these guys. We'll get them on Angui. It's certainly a fair map. Tank says the 12 missile unit limit does hurt Skaven. Well, Anticity also gets limited by that because he can't bring, you know, spam gun lines. The Turinites. The Kraken combined with the Palpatine made it amazing. Oh, was he like laughing? Yeah, he had the membership notification. Dude, Wolf of Sigmar, man. Holy shit. And Red Rock, you guys, man, thank you so much. The Turinites, Sons of Turin. Sons of Turin seems like a little like, I don't know. I wouldn't like, yeah. The Haggard Horde is literally perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a community poll after the stream's over. And we'll come up with like an official name. Eric, you fell out of your chair. Be careful there, man. The Terrors of Turin. Oh, we're getting some good feedback here. I'm digging this. All right. Ryan G. Turin's Tendonitis Club. Well, hopefully, after my surgery, which was supposed to fix that, I won't have such problems anymore once I'm fully healed. Ryan G, thank you, man, for the fiber. Turin's Tendonitis Club, Jesus. I don't want anyone else to be in that club with me. All right, for the record. Turin's Paunch Walkers because they give fat donations. The Haggard Harem. Dude, the Haggard Harem is pretty funny. Oh my god, the Haggard Harem. Yeah, you see, not every Zach Estelle doesn't want to be my son, which I understand. He already has a family, I'm sure. The Turin Tide, the Condom Wolves. The Condom Wolves is pretty funny, actually. Turin's tubular, tantalizing, tenacious pterodactyls. Oh my god. There's too many. So, okay, so Tank is banning Dwarves and picking Coast. Wait, oh no, they're doing that, okay. So, Tank is going on Coast. So, you can tell he wants to win. Like, he's going on Coast. He saw how good that was, but I'm really curious to see... Oh, guys, we have Bretonnia versus Coast! You guys are going to get to see the Peasant Horde! A 40 stack of peasants is coming. Oh my god. We'll think of something. The Haggard Harem and members are known as Turnites. Jesus. Turin's Trundlers is pretty good. Turin's right hand. You guys do not want to be my right hand, trust me. That thing barely works. Scully686! Holy shit! Greetings from Germany. He says, love your streams. Greetings from Germany. Scully686, dude, thank you so much. He just donated 150 bucks. I don't know what's gotten into everyone today, but that is super generous. Haggard harem. I don't know if I want that though. Like, adepts of the haggardness. Dude, it's just getting out of control. Dude, guys, let's hear it for Scully686 going balls deep. This is the haggard horde right here. That is a thick one from Scully for sure. Making it rain from Germany. Once the corona calms down, Lady Turin and I really want to go to Germany. I want to go to like a German beer festival. Like, I'm currently in a shape where I could drink a lot of beer because I kind of got a beer gut right now. So I'm like, oh man, I want to go to a German beer festival and just live it up. Dude, Scully686. Jesus, man. Thank you. I'll be able to afford a steam tank after this. Yes, of course. You don't want to be my right hand for many reasons. Thank goodness for Lady Turin. What? Turin's troop? Well, that's not bad, Andy. I love it. I dig it, man. It might as well be my birthday. I think I have to go to the registry and officially change my birthday to September 3rd. Turin's haggard hands? No. I don't want to curse you guys with that. The legendary lords. The mullet mob. I don't have a mullet anymore, though. I got it cut because it was like, dude. So here's the thing. Having a mullet when like you have one functioning hand is kind of annoying because it's like, it's difficult to take care of it and like brush it out. It was getting so nasty. I was starting to look like a homeless person. Like I would walk. I remember there was a moment like before I got my mullet cut where I was walking in the living room and I walked past this like giant mirror that's on our wall and it's like a full body mirror. And I saw like my pot belly that I'm like getting from the quarantine and not exercising. And then I saw the mullet like all ratty and unbrushed and like tangled. And I was like, what have I become? Like there was a moment where I just was like, what have I become? Like I have to change this. Dude, guys, it was a psychological tax on me, man. I'm pretty resilient with my psychology. Like I don't normally get down on myself. But I was like, in that moment, I was like, all right, something's got to change. Something has got to change. Yeah. I have a pretty normal haircut now. Yeah, it's like short. I know, it's sad news, but dude, guys, you would have done the same thing. I assure you. I had that mullet. I was only going to have that mullet for 1 week. Guys, I had that mullet for 1 week. Or I was going to have it for 1 week after Everchosen. And I told Lady Turin, I was like, yeah, you know, I'm going to cut this mullet. Like, no problem. Like, it's going to be gone. But I kept that shit for like 4 months. And it got so nasty. There was probably wild animals living in that shit. Wolf of Sigmar. Oh my god, dude, please. How do you send messages to your subs? I can't post till Tuesday, and I want to share that. How do you send message? So Wolf of Sigmar donated another $200. Another $200. Jesus Christ, man. I don't know. Okay. Jesus, man. I don't know what to say. Well, shoot me a message in Discord. Lady Turin and I are gonna have to send you like a custom gift for all this, man. We'll get you like a big Sigmar plaque or something for your wall, hand painted, hand done. Just hit me up, dude. That is too generous, and I feel like I got to give you something back. He says, how do you send messages? So you use your community section. So sometimes new channels don't have access to a community section. I believe you have to hit a certain threshold of like 1,000 subs and a couple other things. But I mean, if there's a message you want me to share on your behalf, you can just let me know and I can take care of that. I'm not sure if that's what you meant, but again, message me on Discord if you have any questions. Dude, Wolf of Sigmar. Yeah, that's insane. Turns for extra birthdays. So, oh man, Bretonnia versus Coast here is going to be so good. And we had another one from the Lord of Uwu. The mullet was cringe. IMO loved the... Yeah, the mullet was pretty bad. Like, it was hard. It was hard. I found it funny for a while, but eventually, like, I just started to feel like... feel really bad looking. Anthony Damiani. Wait, is it your birthday? No, it's not. My birthday is actually July 12th, but it might as well be today because this is just insane how much you guys are... Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. The mullet, memory of the mullet will live on. It will live on. He won a signed carpal tunnel wrist guard. I could do that if that's what he wants. I have a couple of those. All right, so it looks like Anticity is ready. Tank, I would imagine it's going to have the triple Colossus here. Oh my god, triple Colossus against Bretonnia could be so nasty. Dude, Wolf, man, I really hope you're like a lawyer, like a doctor, financial banker. Like, that's too generous, man. Yeah, Wolf of Sigmar is secretly Balthazar Gelt, transmuting gold. Yeah, I mean, fair play, man. Fair play indeed. We have a donation from Everyday Chucklin. After 13 hours of campaign, it was watching your streams that got me to decide to finally try multiplayer. Thanks for all the awesome content. Hey, glad you joined the party, man. Hopefully you're in the Discord and you're getting some good practice games in. We'll be having our ECL format this weekend, so the standard tournament format will be Saturday or Sunday, so stay tuned for that. Pound Town Players Club. That's not bad. That's a little long. So, like, if I have to say that every time somebody becomes a channel member, Pound Town Players Club, yeah. I feel like the most used term is haggard on the channel. I feel like that needs to be in there somehow. Scully686, thank you for becoming a member here on the channel. Welcome to the tentatively, trademark pending Haggard Legion. Welcome to the Haggard Legion. We march together, brother. Palpatine just cackling in the background. Brian Baker with a 20. Happy birthday. Almost birthday. Yeah, it's close. My birthday's just like, 10 months away. No biggie. Thank you so much, Brian Baker. Could you tell me your opinion about SFO? Personally, I've never been a huge fan of modded gameplay. I mean, I like a little mod here and there just to like make you guys laugh. But in terms of like my game experience, now, if you're someone who's like played the game for like, and you played every campaign all the way through like multiple times, you just don't find enjoyment from the base game. That's when I see something like SFO shining. But myself, I still haven't even delved into all the campaigns. And for multiplayer, I don't think mods are like great. But yeah, I mean, if you're bored of the core game, like go for it. SFO or those mods will be great. But personally, I don't care for modded gameplay much. Yeah. The Wolf of Wall Street, I know. We got Turbot 13. Thank you so much. I don't see a message, man, but thank you for the donation. I know we're making serious bank for sure, no joke. Turns bloaty boys. Dude, I feel like a bloated corpse right now. The Haggard harem is the best so far. I'll make a vote. I'll make a vote on it. Magic D says I'm a mere peasant. Take my 20. Congrats, Magic D, dude. Thank you so much for the 20 euros. I got you, Magic D. You're about to get the peasant side. And Icarus Ungram. Here's the fiddy I owe you for surviving the hand surgery. Welcome back, brother. Any chance we could see this 40-unit format crossbred with a random army? Yeah, we could do that. I think so. That would just be so disgusting. Dude, Ikram, Magic, Turbot, Wolf, Brian, like Garth. Oh, we have a donation from Garth as well. Garth Merengue. Sorry, I missed that one. Which is your favorite word? The sound of it, not the meaning. Asbestos or asparagus? Probably, I'd go with asparagus there. Yeah. Get out, Mule. The community loves you so much and you deserve it. The Total War Warhammer MP community would be completely different without you. Thank you, man. We're gonna keep it going strong. It's my vow to you guys. Toaster. Everyone is giving $20. Everyone is giving 20 to 200. Here's $2. Toaster. Thank you so much. Holy shit. All right. You guys are just too generous. I'm overloaded, man. My brain cannot process all this at once. I really hope it's not a financial burden on you guys again. And now let us jump in and take a look at these armies. So for the forces of Bretonnia, it's going to be the dreaded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The dreaded 11 trebuchet build here from Anticity. 11 trebuchets. 11 field trebuchets. And now, guys, we have battle pilgrims and men-at-arms, peasant mobs in the front line. But really, the core of this army is the dreaded 11 trebuchets, backed up by a bunch of knights errant here in the back line. So that is going to be so micro-intensive. But Anticity's a StarCraft player, from what I understand. He's told me he played StarCraft at a high level, so he should be totally fine here. And we got Grail Guardians here. We got Pegasus Knights. And on the far side, I think it's the same thing. It's like the human brain just loves to do like symmetry, right? So you got the Pegasus Knights, Grail Guardians, like same exact thing. Holy shit, man. You guys, I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. This has been a crazy stream. Yeah, 11 trebuchets. No biggie. 11. So he probably has like 6 blessed ones and like 5 regular ones. I don't know. All Trebs are always blessed. All right, so for the forces of tank, a narrower army. He's not as like widely spread out as before. He's got mortars, and he does also have double Necrofex Colossus, some depth guard, carronades in the back with crabs, Queen Bess hiding behind the tree line with some animated hulks, Shade Wraith Gunners. What I really like about this format is like how there's battles on multiple fronts. Like whereas in Total War Warhammer battles, typically speaking, the battles are usually like, okay, my square against your square. But here, like they have like separate prongs to like try and be more efficient. I actually really think that's quite cool. Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, I know. Amateur numbers, right? Where's the 12? Where were the 12 trebuchets when the Westfold fell? I mean, let's see how many of them are blessed. I think they're all blessed. Blessed field trebuchets. Yeah, because on ladder, I don't think there's any limit to that. No, it's actually a combination. So it's like probably 6 and 5 or somewhere around that mark. So this is to decide who's going to be advancing on to the finals, which will be quite a bit of fun. Nakai the Chad. Nakai definitely is a Lizardman Chad. Thank you so much for the $11, man. So this is Jason. This is like Mega Funds, Big Thicc tournament. It's 40 up to 40-man army caps, as well as this is like a whole different game almost, man. You wouldn't be able to afford 40 Necrofex Colossus. You'd be able to afford like probably like 10 or 11 of them, but it probably wouldn't be that good anyways. Maybe it would. I thought about another format, doing a Doomstack tournament one day where players like just bring Doomstacks and just see which one's the best between like all of them. But I think this is like a good medium. Yeah, and we'll see. I mean, the biggest issue with this format in like open tournaments is lag, because a lot of players' computers and internet just simply can't handle battles this big. But today I messaged people who I'm fairly certain have good connections. We may run into some lag in the second round, so my apologies if that happens. But guys, it's the price of progress, you know. We're Kiosk TV. We're currently using ladder rules. So quick battles in Total War Warhammer do have limitations, and that's what the players are using. Good luck, have fun. All right. So the battle's underway. Vampire Coast actually tightened up its formation. Like it looked like they were going to have a dual-pronged approach, but they actually just go into a really tight one. Tank, of course, not to be outdone by Anticity, has a bloated corpse of his own hiding in the tree line. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. The bloat is here. He's got his, he's got his pants on. That is a thick boy right there. That is a thick boy indeed. Just waiting in the trees. And yeah, certainly could be good. I mean, if he's able to break some... Yeah, it wouldn't be worth it to hit some Spearmen. If you were able to get some Cav units like the Grail Guardians, holy shit, that would be like Value City. Low Tech, greetings from UK. Turin, you have kept my interest in this game going for years. I'll keep it going, man. And whatever else Total War does, it has good battles, I will cover it, man. I will do it. So the trebuchets are shooting. Going after some of the zombies in the front. Looks like the zombie part Jack and Mob's going to be taking a little bit of work. I would imagine the trebuchets will be advanced, though. I mean, as far as the artillery numbers, okay, double Colossus, plus 2 mortars, 3 mortars, plus Queen Bess. So that's what, 5, 6, and then carronades, I think he has like 2. So yeah, Bretonnia does have the numbers advantage as it pertains to artillery. And the blessings of Bretonnia are certainly being bestowed upon these zombies. You can see the deck and mobs in the front are being pounded down. No surprises there. I'm really curious about what the secondary targets will be for the trebuchets, though. Like, what are they going to focus? Are they just going to, like, go full Haggard mode and go after the Rotting Prometheans? Who knows? Anyways, tank advancing here with Count Noctilus, and, yeah, the trebuchet is obviously a little bit deep set in the Bretonnian formation, so they're able to get the initial jump. And now the mortars are shooting and going after some of the Pegasus Knights up in the sky. Those Peg Knights not going to have a good time being shot. Anticity definitely was going to want to hide these guys in the trees, but remember, like, Anticity has so many units he has to micro here. Like, he's microing, like, all sorts of engagements here. Getting a huge surround with Knights Errant, Pegasus Knights on this side of the battlefield. This would be a pretty insane win for Bretonnia, right? I think that would do it to it. Can Turin himself already again? Seal of Approval, I can play. I'm not going to play today, but I can play a couple games here and there. I'm not quite back to normal in terms of my abilities and like being able to click fast, but I'm getting better every day. Like my range of motion went from on my right wrist went from being like 50 degrees, like really, really bad, to being like 62 degrees today in physical therapy. So like I'm getting my range of motion back and everything. The mortars are just shooting after deckhand mobs, really. It looks like what might be going on from the Bretonnians, they might just be trying to kill all the chaff and then try and surround with their knights and just grind the battle out. Yeah, it's hard to say. Count Noctil's going pretty aggressive. Granted, Bretonnia doesn't have anything to really punish this. I mean, what could happen is they could pull in some like Pegasus Knights or something like that. I didn't even see who the Lord was for Bretonnia. Okay, I'm looking around. Okay, in the trees here. Yeah, it's King Lewin. Okay, King Lewin is going to be the Lord for Bretonnia. One field of trebuchet is gone, but don't worry, guys. We have 10 more field trebuchets. Don't stress it. There's going to be plenty to go around. So deckhand mobs are crumbling, a couple of them at least, and it looks like the Carronade here is actually being pounded here as well. The Carronade is a target of some of the trebuchets. Trebuchets also appear to be shooting at some of the rotting Prometheans. It's hard to say. But yeah, this Carronade is getting danger low for sure. I certainly hope for the sake of Tank that he brought some gunnery whites. I feel like gunnery whites in this format are super underrated. Really good snipers. Queen Bess is still sitting in the back. Queen Bess hasn't even started shooting yet. So we've yet to see Bessie getting a little bit hog wild. Lewin is actually going to be jumping out, which I think is a good idea. There's like only a couple Carronades, and Lewin with a little bit of support should be able to do some good damage against Count Noctilus, or at least force them back. Trebuchets. This is a really good spot for Trebuchets too, like right back here. If you have the Trebs shooting behind the tree line, they can shoot up and over, whereas the Vampire Coast Carronades can't respond as well. Lewin thinking about going in, but Vampire Coast is pulling forward some Rotting Promethean gunnery mobs. Yeah, look at the mini-map, guys. You can see the full surround here from Bretonnia, which is quite cool. And a little bit of damage going down on Noctilus, but he's now attacked by the Prometheans, which, honestly, if he's able to get some Knights there, might not be bad. I don't know what dedicated... Oh, he has Questing Knights and Pegasus Knights. So now the Knights of Bretonnia are advancing. You can see the Elite Cav coming out, but is he going to be able to micro it? Knights Errant are charging into the deckhand mobs here. They do get intercepted. We have the Knights Errant pushing in, Battle Pilgrims, and Pegasus Knights and company are able to get into the back line. So here comes the Bretonnian flank. Right here you can see Questing Knights hammering in, but Depth Guard... Oh, Depth Guard with pole arms. What planet is this? They're actually going to be good against the Questing Knights. And here we have some Knights Errant able to get into the back line. Is Tank going to be able to defend everything? So Pegasus Knights back here get completely shattered, but a couple of the artillery pieces, the Carronades here and the mortars here are taken offline. The Questing Knights here take this one offline. This whole flank is just being hammered by Bretonnian Cav. Meanwhile, the Trebuchets are still shooting quite happily, so things are getting pretty wild here in this this engagement for sure. So Grail Guardians coming in. They are going to be fighting Depth Guard with polearms. Certainly not a happy engagement for them. And here we have Grail Guardians pushing in here to go after polearms. A couple little miss micros there from Anticity, but again, he's microing so much. And Pegasus Knights are able to get in the back and, you know, shut down the Shade Wraith Gunners for now. Might be able to completely break them off, but I have to say, Tank is doing a really good job responding with all of his defensive assets. Like, as soon as any heavy cav come in, he's got, like, halberds there to screen them out, and is really doing an excellent job of doing that. But here, a massive Death Star Bretonnia. 4th Aerlingus! I know. Death! Totally a Rohirrim charge. Lewin's doing pretty good in the front. He's able to break the Prometheans. It looks like these Prometheans here are still a bit of a threat. Not too many traditional handguns here for Tank. It looks like he has a couple. Battle Pilgrims and Knights Errant able to break this frontline position, and the Bretonnian Trebuchet Legion is still going quite strong, but many of the Knights in the back line were kind of trash canned because they got stuck amongst halberds and stayed a little bit too long. But we'll see. We'll see if the Troll Toll is paid. Queen Bess still going. Pretty good ammo there, so I would imagine Bessie's going to be shooting at Peasant Archers. But look at all the Trebuchet shots coming in. Trebuchet shots actually going after what appears to be Lamprey's Revenge here in the back. Interesting choice. And these Shade Wraith Gunners are back in business, but it looks like some very tattered Knights here from Anticity are going to be going after the Shade Wraith Gunners, which is good. And let's look back at the main battle line. So it's a bit of a contested front, honestly. Balance of power is pretty even, maybe a little bit Coast favored here in this situation. You can see King Lewin and the boys doing their best, but man, like, the Vampire Coast build is so much easier to micro than the Bretonnian build. That's like, I feel like the Bretonnian build is very capable of beating this Coast build, but it's just like super micro intensive. You can see a lot of units like standing idle here. He does get them in the last second. Going to be charging into some of these Depth Guard with polearms, but man, it is a tall order. So Lewin going in, methodically picking off some of the Krabos. We have Pegasus Knights in the back who are also here, and it looks like the Shade Wraith Gunners are rescued by an Invocation of Nehek. Really good usage. Yeah, I mean, Coast artillery line is getting really, really sparse. I mean, if Lewin can be the last survivor and the Bretonnian Knights can pull back, you know, at this point, maybe you pull back with Bretonnia. Like, you've done your damage, you've killed enough artillery, you retreat, and from here, you basically use all your Trebuchet superiority to, like, hammer them down as much as you can before going in for the final kill. I think that would actually be the proper play. I mean, there are a couple of Bretonnian Knights kind of rallying in the distance. Pegasus Knights may come back here. It looks like Anticity has not rallied them quite yet. Oh, I think he did right as I said that. Nope, they're still chilling there. And yeah, the Colossus are running a little bit low on ammo too. Coast is going to run out of ammo as well. That's something to consider. A lot of their stuff obviously is mortars, artillery, the Colossus themselves. Lewin is going to be able to manhandle an Noctilus in melee combat. So it's hard to say. Oh, there's also a wild Gotrek here. So we do have Gotrek here in this battle. Depth Guard are actually proving to be very scary. Depth Guard with polearms are like considered to be a terrible unit by many, but maybe in this format in which money isn't so tight, or more specifically against Bretonnia, I should say, they might have a bit of a niche, especially in this large funds environment where they're not as easily isolated. But yeah, the Trebuchets are numerous, man. I think the Trebs need to start hammering the Depth Guard down. That would be probably the most effective usage of their time. I think you kind of yield that the Coast artillery is just going to be shooting and just let it run out of ammo, and focus down the depth guard. Like, the depth guard are going to be a problem. Now in the back line, though, the Bretonnians have rallied. Ooh, this is big. Pegasus Knights are able to come in and rear charge this mortar team. We also have some spearmen back here. And look at these just tattered Knights of Bretonnia. The Pegasus Knights killed that one. So much of the coast back line is going to get dumpstered now. Mortar. Queen Bess is probably going to go down, even though she's out of ammo, so I guess that doesn't matter. But, like, the entire back line here is falling apart for tank, and the noble Knights of Bretonnia ride from the trees. The reserves, the Grail Guardians, haven't even been used yet. Look at this. Anticity keeping the Grail Knights in the tree line the whole battle, and now they emerge. What a terrifying moment it must be for the coast to see all these elite knights emerge this late in the game. And the Blessed Trebuchets are still dropping some fat blessings, and you can see coast back line is 100% in shambles. It's funny because right as I looked in chat, everybody was starting to doubt Bretonnia, like, oh, classic Bretonnia, like, but then suddenly they come back with a glorious Rohirrim charge. And it looks like Anticity and the Bretonnian legions are starting to come back. I mean, Gotrek and Lewin are going to be super good against Noctilus. And, like, he just kind of ran out of stuff to defend his back line with. All the artillery pieces are being methodically taken out by those Pegasus Knights for sure. To the king! Now, Depth Guard have gotten into the back line. It looks like they have reached some of the Trebuchets, but the Trebuchet crew can simply disengage or just break and run away, and the Grail Guardians will be able to beat Depth Guard for sure, or at least do very well against them. Here you can see these Prometheans are being taken apart. Yeah, the Knights emerging from the tree line's pretty epic. Like, it's like this big tactical gambit, like, we must hold them until the most dire moment, and when we are in our hour of need, the Knights of Bretonnia shall be your shield. And they just, like, advance out of the trees. Dude, what an epic moment for sure. Anyways, you know, Coast has a little bit of a Death Star of Hulks and Lamprey's Revenge, but I mean, Lewin is just going deep with the boys here. Questing Knights and Gotrek just chopping down this big chunkus here. You can see the Necrofex Colossus having a really bad time, and, you know, the Depth Guard of Polearms will die pretty horribly to Gotrek as well as Lewin. So, yeah, and the Grail Knights, man, they're coming. The Grail Guardians, mind you. The Grail Guardians going to be emerging from the trees. Noctilus is just going to be tar pitted for like 20 minutes. Grail Guardians are like one of the toughest cav units in the game to kill. They have physical resist, perfect vigor, and really high melee defense as well. 120 armor and shielded. So here they come, going after Count Noctilus. For the lady! I know. And I bet people watching too thought that Vampire Coast would just win all the games on today's stream, but apparently they can be matched by the might of the lady. Still a close game. You know, the big monsters are certainly powerful, but this Colossus going down is pretty big. All the artillery for Coast and Tank is offline in the back, and the Grail Guardians are like perfect health. And also, mind you, they're perfect vigor. So as this game does progress into the later stages of the battle, a little bit of lag here, but I'm surprised we haven't had any up until now. So certainly okay. I'll make sure to check with the other two competitors to make sure it's not terribly laggy. Blessed Field Trebuchet shooting downtown, going after the animated Hulks. And now we have some Fellbats coming in, but the Knights of Bretonnia were able to fell the Colossus, led by their king, King Lewin. And King Lewin now raises his eyebrow over here at Count Noctilus, his next victim. And the Knights of Bretonnia are marching strong. Like, I don't know if anything can defeat this Grail Guardian blob anymore. Like, honestly, it's a lot of meat to get through, guys. Yeah, Dawn, look to the east. Dude, I love it. And Lewin's going in for the kill. Now, as far as what Coast have, they have some Depth Guard of Polearms, they have some Crabs, a couple assets that might be able to do the trick, but the dreaded 11 Trebuchet build with the classic tactical reserves, certainly very strong there. You can see an Awakening of the Wood, that's what she said on those Polearms there, trying to hold those guys back. Count Noctilus and the boys, probably not going to be long for this Earth as the Grail Guardians get a full surround. And many of the monsters, though they are decent against armor, are going to be breaking just due to leadership issues at this point, being fully surrounded. Noctilus not happy about this. The Colossus, though, it looks really cool when it attacks in melee, is not very good in melee. I mean, it's okay. And yeah, I mean, Lewin just pounding on his back here. We have some more Grail Guardians coming in to rescue. And you can see that big boy, Count Noctilus, is going to be going down here. Now, as far as the rest of the battle goes, we have animated Hulks, we have Depth Guard with Polearms, we have the boys. And I just don't think Coast has any more stopping power if we really look around. Like, they're looking pretty bare bones here. Trebuchets are still somehow rocking some ammo. Perhaps the peasants were able to ferry some ammunition over from the keep up here in Angui. I think there's a keep in the hills, yeah. They perhaps brought some ammo from over there. But Lewin and the boys, the peasants, charging valiantly, taking out the Depth Guard with Polearms. Is not going to be too much of a problem. Depth Guard with Polearms, like, you know, certainly in a vacuum can do okay against large targets, but when they're being swarmed and surrounded by these powerful units, that's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one. And the last of the Vampire Coast, the foul ocean spawn, are going to be crushed by the Noble Knights of Bretonnia. I wouldn't call it a crushing. That was actually a very close game. That was like a 13, 14-minute game. But yeah, they're going to fall for sure. There's no way Coast can survive. Yeah, a couple like Depth Guard with Polearms a little bit out of position. It seems like once the artillery fell and Coast was forced to advance, they, like, you know, couldn't get the value out of these elite halberd units. Man, I don't know if Anticity left those guys in reserve on purpose, but if he did, dude, that's some playmaking right there, to say the least. So there you have it, guys. That is going to be it. Anticity advancing on to the grand finals with the blessings of the lady. Glorious stuff indeed. So that is a 2-1 victory there in that series. And now we have Falcon against Chosen One. We'll go to the bracket and find Anticity. He will advance on here. Very good. And next up, we have Falcon versus Chosen One. So we're going to get the lobby all set up for you guys. GG, well played. Tank says good luck in the final. That was an amazing one. So now let me go ahead and get Chosen One and Falcon. Have you guys join up. All right. Let me find him. So Chosen One and Falcon. You guys are up. Let's do this, man. GG for the lady. All right, perfect. So the lobby's coming together. We'll be getting started with our next game here in just a moment. Should be quite a bit of fun. Mega funds. Yeah, the mega funds are kind of interesting. It like really makes it feel more like I mean, you have all the cool perks of it being a fantasy title, obviously, with the diverse factions, but you also get like longer battles, you know? Yeah. So Chosen One is here. Yeah, Coast got the business for sure, but it was a well-played game. Tank played very well. Yeah, the 11 Trebuchet is something for sure. I want to see Chaos with Ultra Fun, so do I. I want to see like triple Hell Cannon or something, you know? All right, so just resetting the scoreboards, and then we'll switch back to the lobby. Chosen One! You guys remember Kung Pao? I know I talk about it like every stream. Chosen One! He's here. Ultra. Funds are set. Cool. Very good. Falcon is streaming, yeah. I'm sure he's going to be streaming his games. Hopefully he knows he's up. I might have to go over to his stream. If you guys want to go to a stream and tell him he's up. He might be doing quick battles like while he's waiting. Okay. Yeah, no problem. So Falcon's just finishing up a quick battle on his own stream, and he'll be here in just a second. But it's fine. We can hang out and chill. And now we can go back to the scorecards here. Fix the names. Wait, no, that's... Should be Falcon here. Sorry, guys. And Chosen One. Over here. I'm going to say his name every time like that. All right. Fix this. There you go. Yeah, Falcon, I'm sure will have some crazy builds, but so will Chosen One. I think they play different factions too, which is good. I'm definitely excited to see some diversity there. Alan Barker, quick info. If a Treb shot makes contact, it has the AP to kill a Promethean. Neat trick I found with testing. That's pretty cool. Perhaps that's what they were thinking, Alan. Right? That was the whole scheme there. Yeah. The dark, treacherous scheme. All right. Time limit. Probably should put that on unlimited. Chosen One says he forgot something. I'm not sure what he forgot. He said BRB. No problem, man. Do your thing. All right. So now we're just going to hang out with chat for a couple minutes. I'm trying to keep up here. Great game so far, says Hadries. Glad I got something to watch while I work. With luck, I may get in game next time around. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Kung Pao is a hilarious movie, and every time I hear a reference, I now think of Turin. I'm glad that association has been created. A Turin drinking game? Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want to be responsible for that. It's all right, Get Out Mule. We can hang tight. I'm trying to like take it easy on my hand today because I'm actually going to be doing some 40K painting today. You know, I'll be doing a video on that soon too. Maybe I could do a tutorial on how to paint like basic Black Legion models. That's what I've been working on right now. You guys will enjoy that for sure. It's Falcon. It's Falcon. It shouldn't take him long. Holy shit! Seize the Memes production. You guys are out of control. First ever donation to a streamer, and I can't think of someone who deserves it more. Happy birthday, shirtless Turin when. Fuck, man. It's like the pressure. Let me get in a little bit better shape so I don't shame myself, and then I'll happily do... I'll do a video of me like doing jujitsu or something. And then you can get the shirtless action. Thank you so much, dude. Dude, the memes have been seized. Holy shit, man. Let's hear a round of applause for Seize the Memes production. If you drank every time I said Haggard, the world would just implode. I don't say it as much in my everyday life. Granted, yesterday, Lady Turin and I met with like just one of the OGs, my friend Paul, the OG. He's like, yeah, he's the dude, and we just said Haggard together. Like he and I both say it, so it's like, you know, we were kindred spirits there. Yeah, currently Falcon didn't know when his game would come up, obviously, so he was just doing quick battle. So he's just finishing a quick battle right now. Grey Wolf version 2 sees the memes again, dude. Thank you so much for that. That is very generous, dude. Dude, the memes have been seized. Holy shit, man. Turin Seagal. Hell yeah, dude. Grey Wolf version 2. Never thought I would see a thick boy battles on stream. Turin really spoiling us today. I'm trying, man. We're trying to do it. Turin Seagal. Sees the memes, dropping some thumbs up. So who's the oldest here? Well, I'm 32 years old. I'll be the benchmark there. 32 years young. Steve Odenkirk. Isn't that the guy from Breaking Bad, the lawyer? Isn't that the actor from Breaking Bad? Like the lawyer from Breaking Bad. Isn't that the guy's name? No wrist locks, yeah. I mean, jiu-jitsu, you don't... I mean, are wrist locks even a thing? Yeah, ankle locks are, like, wrist locks. I don't know. I didn't learn any. The finals are best of 5. It's going to be a long stream, guys, so stay tuned. Fasten your seatbelts. The first best of 3 is underway. Oh, it's Bob Odenkirk. Okay. Oh, that's the actor from Kung Pao. Oh, damn. I did not know the actor's name. It's the actor from Kung Pao. Yeah, shit. I totally forgot that guy's name. Yeah. Yeah, we got folks of all ages here. It's great, man. Total War is definitely a bit of a older demographic, at least in my experience. Like usually, like from what I've seen, like most Twitch audiences are, you know, like a younger demographic. But yeah, it's cool to have folks from all generations here. We get to share these glorious experiences. It's awesome, man. We got some really good diversity here. We got Lord of Cats saying, damn, I'm the youngest at 17. Old school guys, like my instructor, love wrist locks, sneaky little locks. All right. Yeah, you see, I didn't get that advanced. When I did jiu-jitsu, I was just learning the basics, like triangles, head and arm chokes, leg lock, you know, basic leg lock stuff. But yeah. Odenkirk also directed Ace Ventura 2? Really? Are you serious? Yeah. Seize the memes production, dude. Thank you so much for the donation again. That means a lot, man. Hopefully everyone is staying safe in these hard times, I know. Memes for the meme god. Don't worry, guys. Falcon will be here soon. I wonder who he's playing. Let me check. Let me check here. Do it. You got time. All right. Perfect. Hey, Chris O'Brien. Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. I hope to still be streaming, you know, as long as my hand permits it for years to come. Hey, Lady Turin's here. She's hanging out. My lovely wife. Andrew R. donated $20. You ever played tabletop RPGs, 40K RPG? So I in college I played Dungeons and Dragons. I think I played 3.5. That was really like, and then when I was very young, like I'm talking like 10, 11, I used to play, you know, casual, you know, D&D where, you know, playground rules, right? So I have some D&D experience. Obviously 40K is my biggest tabletop experience if we're talking about that. Truth, yeah, I have shotguns before. Yeah, I have. It's pretty common here in the States. I used to practice jiu-jitsu, Matt Schmidt. Yeah, back in 2017 or 16, I can't remember. I did it for about 8 months to a little bit less than a year. But then my wrist problems got so much worse, I had to stop. But I'm hoping now that I've had this corrective surgery, I'll be able to do it again because it's my favorite. I love it. We haven't had Empire yet today, Trogdor. I'm really surprised. I feel like Empire would be pretty good with their crazy artillery. Yeah. So we'll see. We will see indeed. Falcon should be wrapping up here. Let me click on a stream. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, we can see it. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Oh my god, he's in like some skirmishing fight. It looks like he's about to win though. Like, I wonder if I could like pull up his game. I don't have it like set up for that, but yeah, he's about to beat this Beastman player, it looks like. The Turin can wait, but the Rogue Idol can't. That's so good. You know, Falcon, if you're doing a Rogue Idol stream, bro, I think you're going to be required to bring it here. Yeah, D&D could be fun for sure. You know, I played some Crusader Kings, which was interesting. It's not quite my style because battles in micro is my favorite thing. Like, I love the dynamics of micro and battle. So I'm not quite as hooked on Crusader Kings 3, but it seems like a fun game. Like, I had some fun with it for sure. Dr. Rick Douglas, MD. Hey, man. Dr. Rick. Turin. HB Ledge. When are you going to visit Scotland? And also Trinidad and Tobago. Well, a very diverse selection of countries to visit. But yeah, Lady Turin and I have actually talked about going to Scotland before. We'd love to, man. Dr. Rick. Hope you're doing well, and thank you for your support, man. Yeah, Scotland for sure. I mean, and if we do travel to any country, you know, once the Rona calms down, you know, we'll definitely make like a community post and make some sort of an effort to meet up with people from those countries. I think that'd be really fun. I'm sorry, I meant Crusader Kings 3. That's what I meant. Sorry, guys. I was talking about Crusader Kings 3. You think they should add ranked multiplayer battle options to Warhammer 3? Yeah, for sure. Do I listen to any podcasts? Yeah, I used to listen to a couple when I was working like I guess you could say my day job that I had at the time, but no. Turin, have you played Supreme Commander? No, I have not. I've never played Supreme Commander. I've heard it's good though. Somebody actually gifted it to me, so I might try it. Baldur's Gate 3, yeah, Lady Turin and I will 100% play that because it's not super micro intensive, but it still has that fun RPG battle element. So I'm really excited for Baldur's Gate 3. I played Shadows of Amn. I played Neverwinter Nights. I went balls deep in those games as a kid, but Lady Turin is like the dark queen of those games. She knows like all the lore, all the characters, like very, very solid. Yeah, I will play 40k Darktide, yes. I mean, I love the 40k kind of grimdark aesthetic, and, you know, I'll definitely give it a try. Yeah, Divinity Original Sin. Ruben, I'll probably just wait for Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah. I will cover it on the channel. At the very least, I will do a Baldur's Gate stream. Yeah. Yeah, I used to listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, but more specifically the ones where he talks about MMA, because I'm a huge fan of mixed martial arts, and obviously he would have MMA fighters on all the time, and I always found it really interesting to hear their stories. So those were the ones I would watch the most. Yeah. Neverwinter Nights, yeah, I love that one. You can meet Dritz in that one, if I'm not mistaken. Because some of my favorite books as a kid were the obviously the Forgotten Realms, the Dritz Do'Urden series. So you have the Homeland, Sojourn, and I forget the name of the first one. God damn it, how could I forget that one? Sojourn, Homeland, and then obviously I read the Halfling's Gem and like all the way up through like I think the 11th book, Streams of Silver. You know, like all those classics. It's coming back to me now. It's coming back to me now. Yeah, I will eventually stream ladder battles myself. Yeah, eventually. I have seen the Astarte shorts. They're so good. Yeah, they're so good, guys. Yeah. Who's going to win, Costa or Adesanya? I don't know. That's a tough one to call, man. Adesanya's had some pretty impressive runs. Granted, he had a pretty fight. Didn't he have a pretty close fight with Kelvin Gastelum? I feel like Costa would just destroy Kelvin. So I don't know. Maybe Costa. Icewind Dale, yeah. Salvatore books were great. And it's like, you know, the Salvatore fantasy books are not terribly like tough to get into. I played all the Age of Empire games, the originals. Yeah. You meet Dritz in Baldur's Gate 1 and 2? Yeah, I know you met him somewhere in there, Velnir. I can't remember. I was so young. All right. It's time. Falcon has finally arrived. He has graced us with his presence. All right. So, ODM, or Chosen One starts with picks and bans. So, it's 40 army size, banner rules for items and spells, ladder rules for army limits. Chosen One starts. We'll do the Iron Sand Desert. Okay, so we're time. Samuel Christensen, what's your 100-meter time? The best time I ran, and I was 16 years old in the 100-meter dash, was a 10.87. But then I had a partial tear of my hamstring, and I was never able to really reach my full potential. I'm pretty sure if I had had a healthy hamstring in college, I probably could have ran probably mid-10s, like 10.5. Yeah. But yeah, 10.87 was what my best time as when I was 16. But then I had that injury that kind of made me kind of slower for the rest of my life. Still pretty quick, but you know. Falcon is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to. And in case you don't believe me, I have a newspaper article with the time in it. I know a lot of track athletes and athletes in general tend to lie about that kind of shit, but I do have the newspaper clipping. All right, so ODM is going to go Skaven. And you get bans too. Oh my god. Chosen One going Skaven. It's time. Let's do it. Age of Empires 3. Yeah, I'll definitely cover that. I mean, it's an RTS game. I'm super excited. Yes. Same system. I'm so excited to see what schemes they have. Falcon, you have to play Greenskins. He bans Northskin Lizardmen. Falcon, your stream title is actually called Rogue Idol Stream, so I think you're obliged to do this. In football, I played running back and strong safety. Yeah. Starwasher73 stopped playing a long time ago because I sucked big in the micromanagement, but still enjoy your videos and when I play. Hey, man. Starwasher. Happy to have you here, dude. I know, Jones, I was. Once upon a time. The newspaper clip is in my closet. It's with my high school yearbooks and my old football stuff. Yeah. Turin ran the newspaper too. I just scheme. Oh, that's so funny, dude. Yeah, the book where one of my favorite books actually, Alan Barker, is when with the Dritz series is when oh god. Yeah, when Brunor, they go reclaim the lost dwarven kingdom, and he jumps on the back of that dragon and just goes in some spiraling pitfall into the pits of his old kingdom, battling it. Dude, I had such a nerd boner when that happened. I was like, yes, epic. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah. Helios says, Turin, 9th is coming out. What changes are we going to make to our Chaos Soup armies? Honestly, I think you're going to be more limited to I think 3 detachment armies are gone for 9th edition for Chaos. They won't be very good, but 2 is going to be justifiable. So honestly, you're going to see a ton of Emperor's Children. You're going to see a ton of Word Bearers and Possessed. A lot of transports. Possessed, but everything's going to change soon because all Marine models, including CSM, are going to be getting 2 wounds. Plague Marines, Corn Berserkers, so things are going to get wild for sure. Yeah. Hey, JZ909, I'm glad you enjoy the game, man. I did run the 200-meter dash and the 400, yeah. And I ran all the relays, too. Yeah. Oh, man. Wait, who's Falcon going? Falcon and Undead? Is he going Tomb Kings? Oh, Falcon's going Tomb Kings. So, guys, for this matchup, we have Skaven versus Tomb Kings in the Ultra Funds Showdown in the desert. I mean, how are Skaven going to play this? What if Skaven just went with a rush? Wouldn't that be interesting? Imagine if the Skaven just brought, as many Rat Ogres and Hell Pits as possible and just went in there ham. That'd be pretty crazy, wouldn't it? Yeah. The Talon of Horse is a really good book, Monty. I 100% recommend it. And Black Legion is also good. Talon of Horse is really cool, though. It explores chaos and doesn't make them look like mouth-breathing, idiots, basically. Yeah. In all the, Ultramarine novels, it's oh yes, the inferior Chaos Space Marines. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yes, Helios, all Marine models, including classic Space Marine models, are going to be getting 2 wounds. I know a lot of you guys don't play 40k, so it might not be the most interesting, but 40 clan rats? I mean, you could do 39 clan rats plus Queek Head Taker and max gold chevrons on all of them, probably. The ladder unit cap on Monstrous Cav is pretty loose. Yeah. A Vanguard army would be good, but I mean, Falcon can do some nasty stuff. He's going to be able to bring like 1,000,000 chariots. Imagine his micro, you know, with that. Oof, it's going to be scary. Yeah. I haven't read the Night Lord books yet. No, I haven't. Artemis Entreri, yeah, he kind of annoyed me though, Steve Tapping, Artemis Entreri, because he like always just, he's like that, like when villains just always get away. Like I mean, I'm sure it eventually comes to a conclusion or something. I read up to like the 10th or 11th book, but I was like, damn it, he always just gets away. There's always some plot armor to save one of them in their duels, you know? Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, you know, the wound increase is nice for Death Guard, Plague Marines, but the problem is that it might come at a huge premium too. Like Plague Marines might go up to a pretty massive point value, so we'll see. Lady Turin in chat dropping a link to our t-shirts that she has hand painted. Make sure to check those out. They're glorious. Yeah, but like they're probably going to go up a huge, like, you know, intercessors are what, 20 points, and they have 2 wounds. So I bet Plague Marines will be like 25 or like 30 almost, like 28 even, because like Feel No Pain is so valuable. Yeah, Blightlord Terminators are going to be super expensive though. That's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah, sorry about the delay, guys. Obviously, you had some minor setbacks, but it's been good. We've got to hang out and chat. Life's good, man. Ultra thick battle today. Artemis became... Yeah, you see, I haven't followed the modern story arc of the Dritz kind of a narrative, so... Yeah, Screaming Meme Catapults could be good here. I mean, Falcon could bring like 6 of them, and it wouldn't be that big of a setback. Yeah. So we'll see. Macho Mam. You see, Macho Mam, the thing about the Firstborn Marines, though, is they don't have, like, the weapon options. Intercessors' weapons are just better, I think. Like, their rifles are, like, you're just more efficient. Yeah. Plague Marines, 23 to 26 points. I think that's a fair guess. I'm just excited to have my Khorne Berserkers that I'm working on be 2 wounds. I'm thinking about running a Agents of Bile detachment with, like, a bunch of Khorne Berserkers because they can advance and charge in his detachment, but for some reason they can't do it when you're freaking World Eaters. It's so stupid. Public order in chat is still positive. Yeah. Falcon's ready. Let's do it. The time of waiting is over. The winner of this series will go to face Anticity in the grand finals of today's Ultra Mega Big Thick tournament, which is going to be great. I've not played Stellaris, no. Oh, you guys are watching Falcon build his army? Yeah, he is streaming, so if you guys want to go to his channel, you can. Feel free, any mods here, to link to his channel. All right. Good luck, mate. Being said, it is time. Falcon versus Chosen One. Chosen One. It's go time, baby. Yeah, that's the thing about 40k lore for the Chaos. Like, Chaos Space Marines, like, time passes differently in the warp, so to them it feels like the Siege of Terra was, like, you know, very recent, whereas, like, for loyalists in, like, real time, it's like that was 10,000 years ago. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, guys. Let's do it to it. Let's party. Oh, yes, the big Skaven Legion. It's time, guys. All right. Dude, Ultima Online was, like, my favorite game of all time. Dude, I love Ultima Online. That game was so good. And you know who else played Ultima Online a lot? Italian Spartacus. He actually was huge into that also. Anyways, my friends, now we are here. Let us take a look at the Dread Legion of Falcon. It's going to be Nehekar Horseman. He's got a Kemrian War Sphinx, Casket of Souls, Ushabti, Chariots, freaking Necrotex, Cetron, the Chariot of the Gods. Just truly like a mixed forces army. Although no range. This is a rush. There's like no Ushabti Greypost, no Boner Giants. I mean, there are a couple caskets in the back. Okay, we got triple Casket of Souls here from Falcon. Triple Casket of Souls. Oh my god, that's going to be some rat pounding for sure. And now for Chosen One. He's got, let's see here, Plague Priest, Assassin, Deathmaster, Snickage, which is a bold strategy. He's not terribly durable. In large funds, he could be focused on very quickly, but We got Rattling Gunners, we got Poison Wind Mortars, we got Jezzails. Yeah, pretty standard. I mean, it honestly looks like a regular Skaven army just with more stuff, right? Double Helpet Abomination certainly should be pretty effective here, but that rush from Felcon is going to be nasty, especially with the, supporting fire from those freaking caskets. It's the quad caskets. The dreaded quad casket. No. It is quad casket. Oh, shit, I missed one. Yeah. That is quad casket. Cambrian War Sphinx, Ushapti, a bunch of Skeleton Horseman Archers and Carrion to chase off weapons teams once he's able to break them. Oh my god. No, it's not 5. Did I miss one? No, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's 4. You guys trying to trick me here? A bunch of Carrion as well up in the sky. Nehekar Horsemen are very good. Tomb King's rushes have been good against Skaven for a long time, so I'm curious to see if the Skaven with extra funds are going to be able to defend this better, because, like, man, this really is like a micro format, like when the battles get this big. Chosen One has really good micro, though, too. I've seen him play in countless tournaments, and he's a very, very good player, so he is more than likely going to be able to keep up with the micro. In the back, we got Ix's Triads. Looks like some Plague Monks. What I love about Chosen One's play here is he's vanguarding some Death Runners as well as some Eshin Triads. Unfortunately, I mean, they'll get the caskets probably, but maybe he was expecting like Ushapti Great Bows or things like that. So, Evan Sherman in chat saying average 120 kills per casket. He's calling it now. Let's see if you're right. Yeah. How many Hell Pits did I miss? I see 1 Hell Pit, dose Hell Pits, and there's a Doom Wheel as well. Looks like just a regular Doom Wheel here from Chosen One. But that appears to be it. No, there's just 2 Hell Pit Abominations. I don't think I missed another one. It's a Doom Wheel as his other beastie. There still are heavy limitations on the single entities. So, like, you can have, I think, a handful, but I don't think it's that different from Banner rules. Yeah. Our Carrion will blot out the sun for sure. For sure. And now the battle rages on. Skeleton Horseman Archers, going to be a very useful asset against Hell Pit Abominations. Also pretty good for backline harass as well. And it looks like the players are more or less ready. Let's see how this one unfolds. Our caskets will blot out the sun for sure. Biomanus life is good. Thank you for asking. Hope your life is good as well, man. 80% casket average. 80 per casket. Oh, we running an over-under on this now? Is that what's cracking? Casket of Souls, though, certainly going to blot out the sun. I agree with that sentiment. They are a very powerful piece. The Plague Monks will be eviscerated. The Censer Bears are going to get wrecked. Skaven have how many Jezzails? I see 1. I see Rattling Gunner, Teethbreakers. Only 1 Jezzail, actually, from the Skaven army. It looks like mostly Mortars, which is smart. The Mortars are so good, but Mortars are not very good against Tomb King Rush with, like, Ushapti and things like that. So, yeah. A little bit of Skaven artillery. Yeah, you know, honestly, like, Warp Lightning Cannons, like, if the Skaven had, like, a Warp Lightning Cannon box in the corner, that actually could have been pretty good. Because it's so hard to protect these like things against like Tomb King's rushes are actually really scary. Like when I used to play Skaven against Tomb Kings, I had so much like anxiety about bringing gun lines, especially against a player like Felcon. So we'll see if he can micro all this. So yeah, Tomb King's advancing. The battle is now officially underway. Very little lag, not to jinx it or anything, but everything seems good. Turin, I'm taking a swig of Jaeger every time someone says play Empire. Don't do it. You won't last the stream. Skeleton Horseman Archers getting in position. I think the Skaven Mortar teams should shoot the Nehekar Horsemen and or the Skeleton Horseman Archers. I don't think like the Tomb Guard and I guess Kepler Guard, Tomb Guard are a bit of a threat as well. Here you can see the Skaven do have their Gutter Runners with poison. Good to be advancing up. But now the Caskets are going to start raining some hot fire. And what are they going after? It looks like they're going after the Teethbreakers. It's going to be nasty. First Casket shots tearing into the Censer Bears. That's a huge, huge painful loss to take as well. And here we have Clan Rat Spears screening out against the Skeleton Horseman Archers and Plague Monks doing the same thing. But this is a big flank overload. Felcon is known for this. It's one of his classic styles to just get a huge overwhelming force on one flank and just crump you nice and good like. On the far side, same thing happening, but in a much lesser fashion. Nehekar Horsemen. And here you can see some Cambrian War Sphinxes, Necropolis Knights, all these bad boys coming around here. But see if the Skaven are able to defend. And yeah, man, those caskets are doing so much damage. Doomwheel charging into Ushapti over there in the distance. And this is really going to be the epicenter, though. Here it comes. So Chariots are just Tokyo drifting in. You can see they're going to be rear charging into some Clan Rats with spears in the back, so they're not going to get their charge defense. A little bit of lag, guys, but don't worry, it'll normalize as the battle does progress. I don't think it's internet lag. I think some of the massive nature of the battle can tax people's computers. So Tomb Kings do get into the back line, though, certainly get into the cookie jar. You know, here you can see the Plague Monks and the Clan Rats already buckled up, which is rough. Censer Bears are not going to have a good time against Chariots either. And here on this side, Felcon has gotten Carrion, more or less disrupting all of the mortar teams. And the Censer Bears doing okay. I mean, they're certainly cutting through some of the Necropolis Knights here. Nakai the Chad forgot to add a comment on previous super chat. New to the channel, love your content. This format is crazy. I agree, and thank you so much, and welcome to the channel. Necknot, Minkskin Boo says hello, and thanks for all the great content. Dude, I hope they bring those characters back. His little mouse. Yeah, it's pretty great. Anyways, over here, this is, like I said, the big epicenter engagement. Hellpit Abomination is going to be chasing down here, but if we take a big overhead view, you can see the Sensor Bears really just don't hold up that effectively against these monsters and the charge and things like that. And the Skaven back line is certainly under some serious pressure, but guys, there's a big X factor going on as well. If the Skaven can endure this, if we look in the backfield here, you can see every single casket is about to be killed. So here we have Eshin Triads, we have Death Runners, and Eshin Triads. Every single casket, that is 4,800 gold, I think, just gone, or 4,400, something like that. So the entire back line here for the Tomb Kings is gone with the cunning schemes of the Skaven. That is actually a really, really painful loss for Falcon. You could really, really feel that. Now in these battle lines, honestly though, the Rats are holding okay. I mean, they have a bunch of Triads here who are of course good against large Ogres and Spears holding here. The Skaven gunline positions though, as expected, are being heavily compromised, and this is the problem. Deathmaster here is going to be isolated. There's no Council Guard to help, and Falcon is nearby with Cetra the Imperishable and a Khemrian War Sphinx. So there is that to be said for the battle, but mortar teams are offline. Over here, these mortars are offline. Like, there's no way the Skaven are going to be able to hold all these fronts against the Wrath of the Tomb Kings for sure. Hellpit Abominations, I think, need to be pulled back at this point, like start to centralize those bad boys. If the Hellpits could form a bit of a Death Star, maybe wait for the caskets to be destroyed over there in the distance and then pull them back kind of in this general area. We'll certainly see how that goes, but now we have the Khemrian War Sphinx, Tomb Prince and the boys doing their thing. It looks like Deathmaster has been left alone. I think when Falcon does see that Deathmaster's kind of here on his own though, I think he'll maybe commit more resources, or maybe he'll just save him for later actually. Looks like Cetra is drifting all the way across the battlefield from his initial engagement angle, and is going to be trying to get onto the Teeth Breakers there. But yeah, man, the frickin' Death Runners in the back was pretty glorious. But here comes Cetra charging in on his chariot, going to be running into those guys. But Carrion coming in as well to disrupt with some Nehekara Horsemen. So yeah, those mortar teams are offline. As expected, I didn't really see the Skaven holding these. I think maybe just having like 2 Warp Lightning Cannons would have been better, because you could just like defend them with some Council Guard or Elite Halberds or things like that. Granted, the backline value is very nice, and the Tomb Kings are losing some fights in the front here and there, but for the most part, it seems like getting the upper hand. It looks like a Plague going down as well from the Skaven on top of the Kepler Guard, or an attempt, and it was a miss. But all of these bad boys in the back are offline. Chosen One's going to be able to pull in all these Death Runners now, which should help deal with some of the Tomb Guard and the infantry and various other assets like that. So it's a very, very pitched fight for sure. Here we have the dreaded Eshin Triads in battle here with Skeleton Spearmen, pretty much a wet noodle contest. And yeah, Skaven are actually surprisingly resilient in some areas. The Hellpit Abomination beating down the Tomb Scorpion. Here we have Deathmaster helping to get rid of some of the Nehekara Horsemen. I would imagine though he wants to get on that Tomb Scorpion. Definitely don't want to take too much damage on him. He's going to be an extremely valuable asset here in the late game. Yeah, the Skaven reinforcements coming after getting the caskets. That is a huge uphill trade, but I think Falcon being able to get into the gun lines, like, you can see the entire Skaven gun line here is just salad officially tossed, and those Poison Wind mortars are going to be running, and what do we have? We have Death Runners. Yeah, like, all these guys are just being chased. Falcon is definitely a tough opponent to bring a gun line against, especially when he's able to bring even more stuff to micro into your back line. So yeah, we will see. So here comes Cetra, here comes the Khemrian War Sphinx. Skaven are doing okay here. They're able to get that Tomb Scorpion down. They have the Hellpit, but there's still so many Ushapti and like other assets that are just so punishing. A couple Skeleton Horseman archers going down, but the big question is, will the Skaven reinforcements be enough to kind of salvage this situation? And he can't leave Deathmaster here. Deathmaster will get gooned by the Chariot Tomb Prince, by Cetra the Imperishable. The Tomb Scorpion's also quite good. There's Ushapti piling in. The Skaven really need to get some reinforcements here, because I think if they do lose the Deathmaster, it's just going to be bread officially buttered. So over there, you need to probably get the Hellpit Abomination back to this side of the battle too. I mean, it's just, I guess it's going after the Khemrian War Sphinx there, which isn't a bad trade per se. Death Runners will be able to kill all this also. But Deathmaster Snitch, he either needs to get away here. Like, this is just so bad for him. He's like, he's a great duelist and everything, but he's not going to be great for his monsters. You can see he's getting punted, and his poor little rat tail is certainly having some problems as he's being run over by dual chariots. Yeah, now you freaking have Cetra and the Tomb Prince going deep there. And Chosen One with some good control. He's trying to get his Ixchia's Triads up and through the ranks here of the supporting Kepler Guard, which is a tall order. Kepler Guard will beat the brakes off Ixchia's Triads. And yeah, you can see the bounce bars starting to creep into the favor of Falcon here. Certainly a good scrap here. And Deathmaster is going to get away, but yeah, he's not going to be a factor anymore. He's too low. Looks like some witchcraft going down here. Some sort of a curse. Maybe the Tomb Prince got procced or someone or other. But Bounce of Power is slowly starting to ebb into the favor of the Tomb King. Certainly a very nasty pocket of strength they have here. But Skaven, when the reinforcements came back, Jack Shaw, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. when the reinforcements came back, like the Death Runners and all these other assets, they were able to clean up many of the Skaven, or excuse me, the Tomb King's forces. But yeah, I mean, so much power left here for the Tomb Kings. I really think Warp Lightning Cannons would have been much better. The mortars did almost nothing. Like, yeah, there's Tomb Guard and Kepler Guard, but really the issues are like the cav units and the monsters. I think Warp Lightning Cannons would have been easier to defend. And also, although, you know, in criticism of the Warp Lightning Cannon idea, the caskets still could have done some huge damage against them. Like, quad casket against double Warp Lightning would be a disaster too, so maybe not. I don't know. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. So the battle does rage on, but balance of power is getting more and more in the favor of Setcher the Imperishable, who's rocking 70 kills. There still are a couple of Hell Pit Abominations still fighting, but with Deathmaster kind of off the table and all that big investment in the gunline pieces being off. But the coolest part about this game, for sure, was, in my opinion, the big flank. The quad killing of the caskets. That's like one of the main reasons why the balance of power like didn't tank earlier. Like it was huge. So much gold taken off the table, but in this case, you can see the Hell Pit Abomination now being gooned. It looks like a big plague is going to be going down. Oh yes, give us the rat plague. Chosen one, do it. Here comes the plague, tearing apart these guys. A glorious rat, the horned rat, certainly cackling this day as those Tomb Guard are melted by the plague effect. Yeah, it was actually quite cost effective. Zoom wheel here, 103 kills, certainly not bad, but there's no way these Hell Pits can survive. There's just too much shopping power. Scorpion, Cetra, Tomb Princess, Spears, Kepler Guard, you know, and the Skaven have a couple tattered forces kind of meandering about the map, but there's no way that they're going to be able to hold, and that is going to be game one, going to Falcon and the Tomb Kings. Well played to those fine lads. Solid stuff. Solid stuff indeed. So, big performers. I mean, look, the kills aren't usually a factor, but man, Poison Wind Mortars getting 0 kills across the board. Pretty brutal. Also, like, the Censor Bears weren't that effective. You know, they just got nuked. Like, there was a lot of things in the Skaven army that just didn't perform. Censor Bears did poor, like Plague Monks were mediocre. Like so many things. Like the Ogres and Hell Pits did well and his characters weren't bad, but yeah, there's so many things that just weren't efficient against Falcon's build. Like if Falcon had had a ranged build, like a defensive build, I think this build would have been way better here from Chosen One. Turin half-hand, yes it is I, Turin half-hand. Alright. Let's update that bad boy. Get a new map. We had this one already. All 0 kills mortars, OP is what he says. Chosen One, what a good sport, man. Dangerous. Turn half-hand presents Exterminate to Rats, I know. Glorious attempt, but the living computer that is Falcon triumphs. Falcon's like Data from Star Trek. Just like, you know, when you remember, for any of you guys who watch like the Next Generation or TNG of Star Trek, do you remember when Data plays that like alien in like the chess game that like he's never been defeated, but Data just like owns him at the end of the episode? Yeah. Pretty great. Honestly, though, it was more of an army loss, like army composition loss. I felt like a lot of the army that we saw from the Skaven just was not good. Like, mortars are terrible against constructs and against Ushapti, and like, there were so many things that just weren't efficient there, you know? That was really it. Oh my god, Falcon's thinking about Wood Elves. We're on the Alpine Ridge. We haven't seen Chaos or Norska yet. We certainly could. Falcon likes Elves, though, so we might not see it today. It's hard to say. Zakastyle, Norska? I hope so. You know, Chosen One, I think, plays Norska. I think he's pretty good at them, so we could see Norska, especially if Falcon picks Avalorn. Okay, Falcon picks Avalorn. Oh, we're going to see Tree Men. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're going to see Tree Men. No, he goes Avalorn with no bans. Holy shit. Falcon with the flex. Jeez. Oh, that's right, Robert Drone. Yeah. Yeah, I was wrong about the Star Trek episode. Data just keeps matching the guy. Yes. But, you know, you get the analogy. Yeah. You're 100% correct. Sorry, it's been a couple weeks since I saw that episode, but yes. Yeah, that was really funny. But, you know, technically Data does win it because the guy rage quits, and, like, he could just then win with no opponent at that point. Yeah, the guy rage quits the game, so technically Data does win. You know, in my opinion. The rage quit, you know. There are trees. Okay, so he's going Avalorn, and he's banning... He's actually banning. Yeah, he switches. I think he's just banning here. He bans Bretonnia and Tomb Kings. Okay, no problem. I hope we see Norska. I think Norska would be really fun. Yeah. So let's see how this goes. 2 Star Dragons, 2 Tree Men, and Chaff for days. Yeah, Dryads, depending on the matchup, can be very good. Spearmen, obviously. Yeah. And I mean, honestly, with this army size, you could have a lot of Silver and Guard too. Go for like a really durable build. Let's do some stretches here. That's the official chess rules too. Okay, fair enough. When you're a 2-year-old clan rat and the trees start speaking Elvish. A 2-year-old clan rat. That's pretty old. I'm pretty sure the clan rats are like, you know, they don't live that long usually. Yeah. So it looks like he's checking a few things right now. Chosen One is kind of, you know, feeling out his option. Christensen, love your streams, Turin. You make this night shift endurable. I got your back, man. I'm here for you. I'm here for you, man. Dwarves? I feel like dwarves are really good in this format. Like, we saw how gnarly that dwarf... Oh my god. Anticity with the... Was it Anticity or Tank? No, I think Tank brought the triple flame cannon. Yeah, it was Tank. Tank's build was so cool. Triple flame cannon and then 6 regular cannons. That was insane. Yeah, you guys make sure you take a stretch too. Man, I've been binging The Next Generation so hard. I'm actually, I think, almost on season 6 now. I'm so sad that we're getting close to the end. What is some proactive, aggressive Wood Elf build? So what you do if you want to be aggressive with Wood Elves is you basically just get a bunch of Wild Riders. You get a Glade Lord on a Forest Dragon using the Helm of Discord, a Sister of Thorn, some Dryads, and maybe some Azurai Spear support. It's pretty effective. Falcon actually uses it a lot. He was, oh baby, we're getting a Chaos game, I think. Come on. Pick Chaos. Don't tease us like this. Chosen One? You're the Chosen One. Chaos Quadra Hell Cannon? It's risky though. Falcon almost always rushes. So like you gotta be careful with artillery. I don't know. Hell Cannons are quite good on Alpine Ridge. Okay, no, he's looking at Dark Elves now. He's evaluating his options. Let's not get too excited. Yeah. Rich P says, Turin, as one of the few that would appreciate this, I GM'd Poisoning and Ultima Online back in the day, manually, no macro. Dude, that is serious. Because for most of those type of crafts, like Magic Resistance, Thievery, and Ultima Online, you would just like have a macro just like, you know, do that for you. Dude, that is a freaking grind, Rich P. Dude, Ultima Online was such a good game. Holy shit, man. I binged Deep Space Nine after TNG. Yeah, that's my plan. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen Avatar: The Last Bender. Yeah, the original one. Oh, hell yeah, I love that show. Avatar: The Last Airbender was great. I think I saw the next one too. I can't remember. It was like in a more industrial steampunk time. But yeah, the original Avatar was great. Uncle Iroh was my favorite, if I'm remembering his name correctly. Sorry, guys. You guys got... Oh, he's going Chaos. It's happening. It's happening. I was about to say, you guys got blue-balled, but no, he is back with Chaos, baby. He's not taking any prisoners. No, Falcon, you can't switch. You're Avalorn. I think Falcon's going to see what he could pick for a second. That's really funny. Yes, it's time. So, Stefan B, to answer your question, why I call skin wolves condom wolves, because I feel like, okay, just imagine this, Steven. You're on old Route 66. You're on one of those American desert highways. You pull into like kind of a rough trucker, you know, gas station, some sort of an establishment like that. You look at those like really crappy like boner pills and like, you know, different like condom brands they have. I feel like if you saw a condom brand that said Skin Wolf on it, it would just, you wouldn't be surprised. You'd be like, oh, yeah, the Skin Wolf, sure. You know, it's a condom. You know, it's got a wolf imagery, which satisfies all like, you know, that kind of a machismo. I feel like Skin Wolf could be the name of an actual condom brand, like for sure. So that's kind of the. This is Chosen One versus Betty. Falcon is Betty in this, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, Last Airbender was great. Yeah, I enjoyed it. The Ferengi episodes, oh my god, the Ferengi are such trolls. Jesus. Yeah. It's really funny because I watched an interview of one of the first Ferengi actors in TNG, and he was like, you know, originally when we were told to play the Ferengi, he's like, we were supposed to be like scary and menacing and not funny at all, but like I totally just did it, like portrayed them wrong, and then they just became like a joke or a meme, you know? Patent that idea ASAP. Oh my god. Jizz, I've talked to him before. Yeah, Legend of Total War. I've chatted with him before, but he plays campaign. I do multiplayer, so usually our, you know, audience doesn't, not audience, but what we do doesn't like crossover too much. Yeah. Start my own condom brand called Skin Wolves. Feel the bite of the North, dude. That's great. You could be my marketing director, man. The condom that has a cool wrapper, but would totally let you down for sure. Skin wolves are werewolves who get that way by wearing the skins of wolves. Okay, so we got some lore talk going on here. Yeah, I'm excited to see Deep Space Nine. Yeah, there's like a Ferengi crew member. And that is the thing, the skin wolves do last. They regenerate. Even if you beat that skin wolf up a little bit, it's going to keep coming back stronger. Yeah, you say. Someday I'd be willing to. Yeah, once my hand's fully healed, for sure. Oh. Steve Odekirk. Chaos against Avalorn. And guys, again, sorry about the longer wait times between games. Obviously, it takes a long time to pick these armies because like it's a whole new format for them. So just bear with us. I could definitely sell skin wolves with a mullet for sure. Like, I think the cover art for the skin wolf condom brand would be like a werewolf, like with a mullet. You know? Yeah. Could Ferengi survive Warhammer 40k? Watch this 2-hour video to find out. Oh man. A skin wolf with a mullet, just wearing aviator glasses. Yeah, a skin wolf. Here would be the full rendition. You have a skin wolf with a mullet, wearing aviator glasses, wearing a jean jacket, like vest, like one of those jean vests that like Chuck Norris wore. Oh my god, that would be so good. That'd be so good. Yeah. Well, someday. I mean, at the very least, maybe Lady Turn and I will make a shirt of that. Yeah. Yeah, don't spoil any Deep Space Nine stuff for me, guys. I'm going to look away from chat for a minute here. I saw the warning. Aledgeron. Oh, yeah, you missed a lot, man. There's been some crazy games. You're going to have to go back and watch some of those bad boys. Let's party. Can't be that complicated. Just bring a million chosen. Oh my god, I hope we get like a wall of chosen. That'd be so much fun. Yeah, denim jacket. That's what I meant. Sorry. I have one of those actually somewhere around here. Belonging to my grandpa. A Canadian tuxedo is a jean jacket. Alligator boots for sure. And like a big belt buckle that says like BMF on it or something. Yeah. All right. Chosen One says 0 funds left. What more can I do? All right, Chosen One. Let's see if you are the chosen one of the gods against Falcon's Avalorn. Oh yeah, let's stretch those bad boys out. I'm like actually thinking about like the marketing behind a condom wolf brand. It'd be pretty hard to compete with Trojan. I studied marketing and business in school, so I'm like already putting a business plan together in my head about like how we would market it and manufacturing, and it's an expensive endeavor, I would imagine, because there's like a whole like process of testing, and but I guess the condom wolves could be like the cheap beer brand of the condom world, you know? Yeah. All right. Looks like Falcon is ready. Chaos should be ready. Looks like a final tweak to the army here. And now the battle is underway. It's going to be Chaos against Avalorn in this mega thick funds battle. Aledgeron, I've arrived. Let the memes flow. They shall flow just for you. Yes. I'm excited for this one. I am excited indeed. Turin, the selling point could be for when you don't want to regenerate. Yeah. Or it could be like it perpetually regenerates your stamina, you know? Yeah, something to think about. Anyways. All right, guys, the battle is underway. Let us go ahead and take a look here at the forces of Avalorn. Normally, High Elves are a faction that's very heavily restricted by army size, right? Because they're very expensive. But in this case, we have triple Dragon Prince, one of which is going to be the Fireborn. Swordmasters backed up here by Spearmen. Wow, a lot of Swordmasters. Actually going for freaking Penta Swordmaster. There's going to be a couple Lion Chariots of Krace, Nobles on Chariots, Alariel, Larius, she's called, Frostheart Phoenix, and a Dragon. So those are the 5 single entities, of course. And we are playing ladder rules, so shit gets wild. I mean, Chaos can bring a ton of Shaggoths. I mean, things can get really, really serious for sure. And a couple of Illyrian Reavers. Awesome army. A lot of Swordmasters, a lot of scary monsters. Let us party. Steel Bear, I heard there's something thick going on and came as soon as you could. Steel Bear, thank you for the 100 rubles, brother. Hope all is well out there. It's going to be Marauder Horseman, and it's going to be the Quad Hell Cannon. Oh, hell yeah, baby. And in the back, we have Spawn. Spawn are certainly a good defensive unit, too, if you want to like block things from getting onto your Hell Cannons. Aside from that, it's going to be Chaos Warriors with Halberds, 4 Chosen with Halberds, Big Chicken, and in the trees, we have a couple Chaos Warhounds as well. Far side, we have more Chaos Warhounds, and double Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. Dude, I'm so excited for this. Jack Smith, I collect Black Legion. Well, I collect Chaos Space Marines and Death Guard and Thousand Suns, but mainly Chaos Space Marines and Death Guard. Those are my 2 main armies I play. Dude, Quad Hell Cannon in a competitive format. Give it to me. Give it to me right now. Yeah, this is going to be good. Yeah, you know, the Condom Wolf thing is very much inspired by the Sex Panther from Anchorman, because when I was a kid, I found that so funny, the whole Sex Panther thing. Yeah, they're 4 Chosen with Grey Weapons. The first battle line is going to be Chaos Marauders, who will get massacred, obviously. But, I mean, if Chosen One's able to get the Hell Cannons blasting, you know, into the Swordmasters and or the Dragon Princes, that could certainly be very strong. So we'll see how this unfolds. The one thing that Falcon has going for him is that in ladder rules, you can really abuse single entities. So you can bring a Lariel, double Noble, and like double Monster. That's really, really powerful. However, there's double Shaggoth and a Chicken, and then also there's pretty ample, you know, Chosen with Halberd support depending on the circumstances. So yeah, the Chaos Army is very cool. It's going to be more defensive here. So what's going to need to happen is Chosen One is going to have to secure the high ground. Not secure it, but get vision on the high ground almost immediately to make sure that his Hell Cannons can start maximizing their value. It's a biggish map. I mean, it's not the biggest map in the world, so it's not insane for the Hell Cannons, but we'll see. Yeah, he really needs to get his value out of those Hell Cannons. Yeah, bottom line there, boys. I'd like Tyranids in the guard. My poor hands. Yeah, you must have to paint a ton of models, Ryan. That's the thing. My CSM army, I painted 60 cultists. I painted 60 Poxwalkers. I'm going to paint another 30 cultists to fill out my Black Legion force. Yeah. All right. My brother worked in a business called Panther Crankshaft. Dude, that's pretty good. That's solid. I respect that. So let's see what they're saying. Make sure they don't have any questions. They're saying, let's go, champ. Good sportsmanship all around. Falcon's dreaded Swordmaster. This is a pretty cool combo. He's got like the Treekin in the front line to like take the beating, backed up by the Swordmasters to actually like do the damage. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I was really expecting a Tree Man from him though. No Tree Man in this case. He does have the dreaded Star Dragon. So here it comes. Battle is now underway. Chaos immediately getting line of sight, or potentially. I think they had some of the horsemen up there. Oh, and let the Hell Cannons ring. Oh, yeah, I'm so excited for this. What are they shooting, though? Okay, the first one hits some archers. The second one goes after some spearmen. So now, Chosen One is going to want to make sure to switch those all onto the Swordmasters and those elite troops for sure. Because what are they shooting at even? That was like a weird angle. Hell Cannons coming in. Oh my god, the Hell Cannons are doing so poorly. Oh my god, all 3 Hell Cannon shots hit that high ground. I feel so bad for Chosen One. Chosen One! Okay, now they're starting to make some contact, which is good. The Marauder Horsemen are throwing axes. They're screening out the big monsters. And now the damage should finally start to come in from the Hell Cannons. Although they might get blocked by the Treekin. It looks like the Treemen are actually blocking some of the shots there. Oh, a mean one right there, right into the Swordmasters. Here comes another one. Right into the Treekin right there, doing some good splash damage for sure. So now the Hell Cannons are starting to pay the troll toll, but Falcon, man, him and his flank overloads, he loves this shit. It's not going to be easy, though. Chosen with Halberds backed by Spawn, that is a meaty, meaty wall to stop, and Hell Cannon shots are actually doing some good damage. That one doing like a full 360. And yeah, you can see the archers and the advancing forces are starting to take some damage now, so the Hell Cannons are slowly starting to pay for themselves. And the Chaos Forces will hold. There's Spawn, there's Chosen, there's all sorts of stuff like that. Honestly, looks like a breath attack attempt coming in from the Star Dragon does hit those Chosen, but doesn't do the worst damage in the world to them. Yeah, it's certainly not terrible. And yeah, the Hell Cannon's still shooting in, but now we have a big engagement. Falcon's going to be going balls deep here, charging in with the Frostheart Phoenix, the Banishment coming in. Chosen and Spawn do intercept the Dragon Princes with more Halberd support coming in shortly after. And now the frontline engagement is about to be underway. Warp Chicken blocking up the advance here of these Swordmasters. Spawn piling in great weapons. It's certainly going to be a very messy affair, but let's really keep an eye on this. Oh, nice flank here by Chosen One. Chosen One is able to get the Warhounds and actually flank the Reaver Archers, and it looks like he's going to get a solid engagement. On top of this, the Chosen with Halberds are terrified, but the Chaos Warriors are holding, Spawn are holding, and the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth a little bit behind the times there, but a Hell Cannon shot right into the center of those Fireborn is able to do some decent damage right there. You can see a little bit of splash, and the forces of the High Elves are forced back as the Dragon Ogre Shaggoths are hot in pursuit. Star Dragon actually taking a lot of damage there. from the throwing axes and perhaps from the Shaggoths there in the fourth quarter. But now the spawn are piling in. When are we going to see a big old nuke here from the chicken? He's packing that final transmutation. I think we got to see it soon. As a matter of fact, right here would be very good. And look at this. The Hell Cannon's able to nuke the Swordmasters of Hoeth, and the High Elf front line actually not having a great time here versus the Forces of Chaos. And, oh man, Nate Garrett with a $101 donation. Don't read my name. This is all to remind chat to like the stream. Dude, sorry, I already read your name. It's a first instinct. But dude, Nate, thank you so much for the big thick one. And we got Wynand? Thank you so you told me how to say your name, but I'll check back, man. Thank you so much for the $6.66. Holy shit, thank you. Good thing the battles are a little bit slower paced here. Lets me catch up with those. Nate and Wynand, thank you so much. Wynand, that's how you would say that, right? Yeah, Chosen should have immune to psychology. It's kind of silly, to be honest. So the frontline battle does rage on. Chosen One appears to be in a good position, though. It seems like the High Elf Swordmasters are not really trading that efficiently against the spawn and the great weapons. And plus the Hell Cannons are just pounding them to dust. On top of that, the throwing axes have been a pretty good answer against a lot of the flying kind of a troll squad and then the big dragons. But here we have the nobles going in, a Star of Avalorn going down, Falcon able to get a beautiful heal here on a Star Dragon, but the Hell Cannons still dropping the base. And the thing is, the Hell Cannons, Nate said, wow, he read the name. I can't help it, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I spoke his real name just like a 40k Demon Primarch and banished him. Dude, thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate that. And honestly, Chosen One feels like he's in relatively good shape. That Star of Avalorn was really, really nasty, healing up the Dragon Princes as well as the big Star Dragon. Here we have Sarthoriel, the Ever Chicken, holding back the Treekin, some Mirror Guard pushing in, and finally it looks like the High Elves able to win an engagement here in the front, but, even at a cost, right? They're taking quite a bit of damage from those Hell Cannons, and here there's a bunch of spawn. Like, this whole engagement's going pretty well for Chaos for sure. Falcon does encircle the back with his Reavers. It looks like he was able to get away from the Doggos. And now he's just going to be shooting and trying to snipe out the Hell Cannons, which is certainly a good choice. And the double Dragon Ogre Shaggoth's going to be trying to go after the Nobles on Chariots here. I don't know if I've seen too much magic going down here from Sarthoriel the Ever Chicken. I don't know if I've seen a final transmutation yet. Man, dude, Nate, thank you so much, man. I'm sorry. It's just like, it distracts me so much. Those generous donations, man. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you guys. And yes, the High Elf Skirmish Corps in the back doing its thing. Chosen One going to be moving some Marauders and Halberds out to try and push them away from the Hell Cannons. One Hell Cannon is pretty close to death's bed. It looks like the Frostheart Phoenix might be able to get it. However, the Marauder Horsemen and Throwing Axes are certainly doing some good damage. So currently there are 2 Hell Cannons left, one of which is about to be compromised most likely. You can see this Hell Cannon is down for the count. Chaos in the front line. I mean, Chosen with Halberds have now piled in. They're going after the Treekin, some Hounds in the back line pressuring, but even despite having to manage this huge army, Falcon is doing an outstanding job of keeping his archers alive. Granted, I think the Hounds should be able to find some archers. Like right here, there's a big opening if he were to come up and around the top, but I would imagine it's not his big priority as it pertains to his micro at this point in the game. Chosen with Halberds could be a big X factor though. Alariel, Larry as she's called, does have some good healing. One Shaggoth is here. It looks like the other Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. Did he just get taken out there? Did I just miss it? No, he's right here. Okay. So both Shaggoths are still alive, in okay shape. They have Halberd support. Honestly, this wouldn't be a bad fight for Chosen One to take here if he were able to pull in the Halberds. But turn around with this Shaggoth, start pounding that Noble, get Big Bird in there, pop a final transmutation. I think this could potentially be a win. Ruben Bunskoke, thank you for the 15 euros, man. Hopefully I said your name right. Thank you so much for the very generous donation, brother. And it would appear Chaos is doing pretty well here. Is he going to turn around and fight? I think this is the time for a big final transmutation. If Big Bird comes in here and drops a fat, big turkey, just gravy all over the face of these High Elves, I think that could be a game winner. I think a final transmutation in this blob would win the game. It would probably kill the Noble. It would do a ton of damage against the Star Dragon. The Shaggies are in here. And there's Halberd support nearby as well. Ooh, but a nice Star of Avalorn going down. 1,000 freaking AoE HP heal is so gross, especially since it's instant cast. It's just so good. And it looks like Chaos Forces are going to be pulling back here. The Hell Cannon crew fighting valiantly in the pits here. And the Chaos Warriors with Halberds doing their thing. Definitely don't want to let your Shaggoths get gooned. If you could save this one, that'd be pretty big. I mean, yeah, I guess pulling back there was decent considering the healing, but I think a final transmutation would have been just aces right there. Chaos still has a ton of Halberds too. We have Halberds here, great weapons here. I think there's some Chosen with great weapons, or with Halberds still fighting in the front as well. The Hounds in the back able to chase down some units. It's honestly a super close battle, but losing that Dragon Ogre Shaggoth does give Falcon a bit of an edge. Man, even right here, this would just be so punishing. I don't know what's going on with his Winds of Magic. He must be using Searing Dooms to try and kill things and must not have the Winds of Magic for it. That would have straight up won the game. I'm pretty sure Chosen One would have just won there. If he fought with the Shaggoths with a big nuke, it would have just pounded everything. Now the High Elf army's looking a little bit thin. They do have their princes. I mean, this is a really nasty goon squad right here. Really, really nasty. But there's so many Halberds left is the thing. Hell Cannons, I think they're all actually destroyed. Like, even though they might have some crew members left, I'm pretty sure they're on death's bed. Warp Chicken jumping over here. And, yeah, doing a good job with the Shaggoth, kind of pounding down some of the Spearmen and Swordmasters there. Those guys are now breaking. Mirror Guard grinding through Spearmen, no problem. Chaos Warhound's doing a great job attacking some of the Skirmish Cav. And we honestly have a really close scrap on our hands, but Falcon's army is going to be very tough to deal with because right now, like, all the things that can fight them mass to mass, like, are more or less gone. You know, Chosen One needs to really make sure that he keeps this Dragon Ogre Shaggoth alive. He needs to, like, keep it with some halberd support because Falcon he's the predator, man. He's the apex. He's gonna smell blood in the water and he's gonna come for this bad boy if it's alone. You can see the dragon and Alariel and all these models are like force pathing here. Chosen One definitely needs to get this guy to safety. The Dragon Ogre Shaggoth plus a big final transmutation backed up by halberd support because there's like 60 chosen with halberds here. Those guys are not gonna go down easily. Would be the way to do this. And here you can see the birds coming in. Maybe is it gonna land here? I don't think so. I think it's gonna fly back to safety. Both Star of Avalorn shots have been used so far. Chaos still has a ton of halberds. I mean, the Chaos army looks pretty numerous, but you have to remember terror routes are a big problem because for some godforsaken reason, Chosen with Grey Opens, or Chosen in general, aren't immune to psychology, which they really should be, in my opinion. I think it's kind of stupid. Like, I feel like Chosen would be just as elite as Blackworks, you know? I don't know. They definitely need to regroup and, needs to make sure to keep the monsters with the Chosen. So, like, at least if Falcon does commit to a big fight, he's going to have to fight, amongst halberds where it's disadvantageous. There's a big heal here. Alariel, Larry getting a fat heal, pulling the bounce power back towards the forces of the High Elves. Dragon Ogre Shaggoth doing its thing here. Yeah, I think that one engagement was like the game clinching point for both players. Like, potentially losing that other Shaggoth unsupported. Like, I think that fight should have been more committed to. I don't know what his Winds of Magic situation was, though. Aside from that, I mean, Chosen One's playing a really, really good game. And the Hordes of Chaos are grinding it out, but I think the monsters are going to be too much. A couple Poison Warhounds are running. They could come back and potentially polish off these archers in the fourth quarter of the game. And the Shaggoth is at 0 leadership, 8 leadership. It's very close to breaking, being focused down here. And what do the High Elves have as far as infantry goes? Yeah, they got some Spearmen. They have some of these guys. Looks like a Breath Attack coming in from the Star Dragon. Really good juke there. The Chosen with Halberds take like 1 model loss from that Breath Attack. That was actually quite good. But now comes a big old Chungus engagement. And if Chaos wants a way back into this game, they're going to have to drop a big Star of Avalorn right here. Not Star of Avalorn, excuse me, Final Transmutation to back up the Chosen with Grey Opens, who are now broken. It looks like it's coming in. It might be a little too late, but this is certainly going to be a good one. And yeah, is it overcasted? No, it's not, but that's still very good. It hits more or less everything there. Could potentially creep the bounce of power back. You can see all these models are afflicted by it. No, that was okay. It wasn't as much of like a clutch situation as it could have been before, but certainly not terrible. Marauder Horseman getting broken. Big Bird doing his best to break off some of the Reavers, and now we have some Hounds coming back, so some of the Hounds rallied here from Chosen One. He's able to get onto the Reaver Archers in the back and get some value, but just like I said, the Chosen just get terror-routed and broken. It's kind of unfortunate, because normally they would hold so well. However, there's also Swordmasters here, and like Spearmen and Infantry, and the Chosen with Grey Opens aren't going to be having a good time there. And it looks like Falcon is going to pull this game out. It was actually a very close game. I think there was a couple opportunities where either player could win, but in the end, Falcon just had the proper plays and the proper targeting and was able to get it. Chosen One played really well, though. I mean, a very tough foe. And obviously, under the circumstances of the armies, and, High Elves can certainly be very good with their healing. But, the Throwing Axes and the Shaggoths, if they had gotten some better engagements, the Hell Cannons were certainly winning a lot of fights. But, yeah, there's no way. Chaos just has all these infantry here that aren't going to be able to hold their own. Too late. Too late it is. 100 Fuegos. Thank you for the donation. He says Nate. He donates your name. Thank you so much, man. And now the Chaos Warriors and Sarthoriel, the Ever-Chicken, making their valiant last stand. The bounce power is like kind of creeping a little bit. I mean, the Chosen are doing a great job, but the Monster Goon Squad's going to be too much. Chosen being unbreakable isn't necessarily lore accurate because they're still mortals, and they are a little bit selfish in their desires. So it makes sense that they would be fickle, but like, considering what they see with their Chaos Overseers, you think they'd be like immune to psychology at the very least. The Hill won the game. The Hill was a big player for sure. And now, guys, we're going to have a big, big, fat final. It's going to be Anticity against Falcon. I think considering how long these games go, we might just make it a best of 3 in the grand finals. Are you guys cool with that? Because, like, just to avoid lag and potential issues like that. Something to think about. Well, we'll get them in the lobby first and do it. The dreaded Hill. Yeah, Hell Cannons were great, man. They got a lot of kills. A couple of them didn't get as many, but honestly, yeah, I really like the build here from Chaos. I think it was really cool. You know what could have actually been done here by Chaos to like even out the monster fight would be to get 2 exalted champions or exalted heroes on man scores. That could have actually been really strong. Like cut like a little bit here and there and just get those monsters to fight back against the nobles and things like that. GG, well played. Yeah, I think best of 3 is fine. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're already like it'll go like 100 hours. It'll seriously go like 4.5 hours if we do best of 5. So Falcon advances to the finals to face Anticity, one of his classic foes. They always meet in many tournaments. Falcon says, Treekin OP, best front line ever. All right, so let's get these bad boys in here. Best of 69, that's what she said. You baited me with that one. All right. Resetting all the scoreboards. You can jump back over. Let's make Anticity's name match Falcon's in terms of size. Hey, so we are gonna do best of 3 since battles are long. Because best of 5 would be pretty balls deep. Yeah. Armando, best of 5, make him bleed. All right, so let me find the first map. We can do a Chaos Waste map. I don't think we've done one of those. Map set. Chaos Wastes are nice and open. You can fit some pretty big armies there. So, who is on the top of the bracket? Anticity. Okay, so you can start with the expanse. Anticity will start, and they're going to do their picks and bans, and we'll get this party started. Funky Koval says when / if they implement Chaos Marks. If you choose Slanesh, then they are immune to Psychology. Till now, Chaos roster is like 4th edition. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. If like each Chaos Mark gave like some sort of a perk. Yeah, Chosen One. Dude, well played, man. You played a really good game. The Larry Blob is really good. I think there was a moment when your 2 Shaggus were like in a blob that he was super blobbed up and actually quite damaged before another wave of healing that I think if you had nuked him there with a final transmutation, you might have won the game. It was really close. Chosen One, you played a great game, man. Good scraps against Falcon. Both of them were proper scraps. Yeah. GG, Chosen One. Yeah, Larry Blob is very scary for sure. Because we're playing ladder rules. The Larry Blob. We were just saying, Chosen One, maybe bringing a couple exalted heroes on match scores or like on, you know, would have helped you fight against the nobles and stuff. Yeah, hard to say. Yeah, because, yeah. But, you know, again, it's easy to say that. I didn't know how much Winds of Magic you had and things like that. So. Oh, Anticity's going Empire. He's going Empire. Oh, baby. He goes Empire and he bans Dwarves and High Elves. Oh, Greenskins. We have a classic Greenskin battle against the Empire here. The Battle of Blackfire Pass happening in the Chaos Wastes. Don't ask questions. It's happening. And here we go. It's going to be good, man. I'm hyped for this one. I feel like Chosen could cause fear at least, yeah. Yeah, Chosen One, man. Dude, when your first Hell Cannon shots were going, you literally had like five shots just hit the hill. It was just silly. Yeah. It was just absurd. All right, so we got Empire. No, is he going Wood Elves? Oh, it's Empire versus Wood Elves. Yes. You guys have been waiting for Empire this whole stream, and now we finally deliver. Kavor Duncan, just a quick thought. Maybe for Ultra Funds tournaments, use larger maps than tourney maps. Yeah. Northern Chaos Waste is a pretty big map. It's a decent sized one. So he's not Greenskins. Falcon switched to Wood Elves. So yeah, I know that's the thing. Like Anticity can go crazy because normally Wood Elves counter artillery by using Arrows of Kurnus, but if you bring like 6 Hellstorms, they're not gonna have enough. Would you say Greenskins versus Empire? I always felt that was an even matchup, Steel Bear. Yeah. I've always felt that matchup was even. I think Empire should win. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I think Empire in large funds is going to be quite strong. I would definitely go balls deep with artillery. Falcon is going to rush him, though, for sure. He'll probably Vanguard, as a matter of fact. That would be my guess. I think Falcon will like do a Dryad Vanguard with like a Helm of Discord Dragon. You could bring a couple steam tanks. You could bring like 2 or 3. You could bring 3 steam tanks. That's what you could do. 3 steam tanks, Franz, and like a healer. Do you think we're going to get a Midland DLC? Yeah, I actually do think someday we might get a Midland, like small DLC. Like a free DLC to go with, like, some big launch. Because obviously, like, with Game 3, a lot of the old New World stuff, or the demons in the East, are going to get crazy. So I think, like, giving the old world a bone here and there would be good. Hey, Flying Taco, how you doing, man? This has been a really fun event today. We've had some freaking crazy battles. 100 gold zombies. Yeah, zombies cost... Yeah, I would definitely be way more afraid of a Chaos Chosen than I would a zombie. 100%, dude. Yeah, Taco, you got to go back and watch some of the games. They've been absurd, dude. Like, really close, actually. It seems to be, like, unbalanced in some ways, but also very balanced in others. It's very interesting. Yeah, I know. Ultra Funds tournament indeed, yes. So players are picking away. I would like to click on their armies, but I don't want to accidentally spoil it. I want to spoil myself. Anticity should kite Falcon's rush army. Empire has enough heavy cav. Like, Anticity is going to be able to have, like, freaking 12 Empire Knights if he wants to. So I don't think he needs to kite. I think he just needs to bring artillery. Like, Anticity needs to bring enough artillery that Falcon can't snipe them using Arrows of Kurnus, and then just have a bunch of heavy cav to, like, block the Wood Elf advance. That's my 2 cents. Kite with artillery sounds like mortar wagons. Yes. Yeah, we haven't seen Lizardmen yet. Falcon might play them. He's a Lizardman, considers them to be one of his main factions, so we could see him, the Dark Lord of Lizards, arise once more with the dreaded Triple Dread Saurian. Falcon, if you're listening, Falcon, and you win this game, the people demand the Triple Dread Saurian, because it is possible. Yeah.
We demand it. We demand blood.
Labad Amir, we actually saw that in the very first game of today's stream. It was Grimgor with, like, 6 black orcs, like Crimson Killers. It was a rough one for Grimgor, but he put up a good fight. He almost killed a Rune Lord and did some other stuff, yeah. Luminarchs too could be interesting. Yeah. I expect to see a Triple Dread Saurian game. This is the grand finals. It's now best of 3. We were going to do best of 5, but when we realized that every single one of these games goes like 15 to like 30 minutes, we're like, all right, let's bump our brakes a little bit. Tic-Tac-Toe Air Fleet. Yeah, Tic-Tac-Toe Triple Dread Saurian Air Force. Come on. Give it to us. Oh my god, that'd be 3 Dread Saurians, Tic-Tac-Toe, and mass Pterodons. Like, just a couple skink infantry. That would the chub of Sigmar would not be able to be contained. Ryan says, love the streams, enjoying the live tourney. New at multiplayer yourself? Hey, you'll get there, man. Just keep at it. There's so many people who like I remember, like, it feels like yesterday that Anticity was playing in fresh recruits tournaments, and now he's like one of the best players in the entire community. It's like, you just got to keep at it, man. Eledron, Triple Dread Saurians, or we riot, dude. You got to go to Falcon's stream and tell him that. I have no power over the mighty Lord himself. But Falcon is streaming. If some mods want to drop a link to his stream. I know Lore of Life would be better with Triple Dread Saurians, but also Tic-Tac-Toe exists, so you have to make a balance between good and having Tic-Tac-Toe. We got the quad casket. We got the quad hell cannon today. We had the six dwarven cannon, triple flame cannon build. Like, we had some crazy shit. Yeah, so who knows? Yep, Jim says, I think my girlfriend is a Slanesh cultist. She asked to hold my hand. Go for it, man. Indulge. Mortar wagons? I don't know, man. Mortar wagons could be a thing. I'm sure Anticity will either go Dwarves or Coast next game. We'll see. No, I'm Cabbage. This is a Ultra Funds tournament. Yeah, so it's like players just have huge armies. Imagine if he had, like, the Shredder of Lustria and then, like, 2 other... Yeah, we saw the 11 Trebuchet game. I think that one might steal the cake. 11 Trebuchets. And it won, too. We've seen some shit, man. If I was a unit in Warhammer, what would you be? Oh my god. That's a hard one. Well, in my current lifestyle, I'd probably be a bloated corpse. I'm a little out of shape. Hang on, guys. I'm just grabbing some water. got some delicious H2O, my friends. Stay hydrated. Hey, we have a donation from Tomas. I know you've heard similar in the past, but you've become the voice I fall asleep to every night for the last year. Please don't stop making videos, or else the insomnia will start. Well, now I feel personally responsible for your health, so I'll do my best to keep it going and have at least daily videos or streams or something. All that sort of good stuff. I would be the ultimate bloaty boy. Yes. Except I just wouldn't explode. I would just be like, yeah. If I were to create a Skin Wolf thing, where would I send it? Just message me in Discord, man. Yeah. I don't know what... Oh my god. Oh my god. So Anticity did exactly what I was suggesting. He brought 1 million heavy cav. Look at this. Empire Knights, Reiksguard, and Knights of the Blazing Sun. Oh my god. That is a Rohirrim build if I have ever seen one. Up in the sky, we have Franz, a bunch of Spearmen and Flagellants, and then a ton of mortars. Hellblaster volley guns, mortars, Hellblaster, Hellstorm rocket batteries. Just a massive erect Empire artillery line. Holy shit. We got a Grey Wizard, and looks like it's going to be a Life Wizard as well. That is a build. That is a build if I've ever seen one. So now for Felcon, let's take a look. Felcon is going to be rocking Way Watchers, so he's got a ton of Way Watchers. Looks like 5 or 6 of those guys. A ton of Wild Riders, a double Dragon, Branch Wraith, Dryads, a secondary line of Glade Guards, more Spears. I mean, just a very well-rounded army, actually, but that is certainly a Rohirrim Empire build. You know, that artillery is going to be quite punishing. Fourth Erlangus, gather the Rohirrim. It's the second Rohirrim game we've had today. What can elves do against such reckless hate? Well, we'll see. If any elf can do anything about it, it's certainly going to be Felcon. He's got double dragon. Oh, he also has a tree man mixed in there too. That's cool. Got Glade Guard with Hagbane tips. Azrai spears in the back. Summon the Elector Counts! Summon them! Horses, steel, and gunpowder, yes. I don't see any faith in this build. I don't think there's any warrior priests or a Sigmarite. Oh, no, flagellants are the faith. Yeah, we got the faith, we got the gunpowder back here, and we certainly have steel and horses. We'll just add a horses to that. You almost never get to see Reiksguard. Yeah, you almost never get to see Reiksguard. Yeah, so we'll see. Felcon can only one. Are Dread Saurians limited to 1 per in quick battles? If they are, that's too bad. I feel like you might be able to bring more than that. I'm not sure. Yeah, Dryads will, I mean, have a bit of a slapping contest with the Flagellants, but oh my god, look at Anticity's box. He's got like a box with Empire Heavy Cav on the flanks. That is so funny. Oh my god, look at this. Oh my god. What is the army size? 1,600 to 2,000. It's an Empire cavalry box. I don't think I've ever seen this. It's really funny to see what these like top tier players come up with in this format, you know? Oh, it's capped at 1. Okay, so we can't blame Felcon then. Yeah, it's too bad. Reiksguard with Franz. Yeah, it's a very lore-friendly build for sure. The Reiksguard are looking to ride down Felix Jaeger. Alright, guys, let's see how this unfolds. Players in chat saying, oh ho ho, Felcon is certainly quite excited to use his Hawkeyes of Jakira, I would imagine. Anticity needs to make sure that the Flagellants don't just get rode through, because Felcon might just try and bunker bust through the front here using like a full-on blitz. Jeez. This is some next level stuff. Oh, it's a 1 Dread Saurian unit cap? No! What a disappointment. What a disappointment indeed. Good luck, have fun being said by both players, and the battle now rages on. I am so excited for this game. Like all this artillery, oh my god. The Haradrim have entered chat. Look at just like all these random knights laying around. Alright, so the Way Watchers rip their first shots. But the Way Watchers are about to taste the fury of Sigmar's powder. Arrows of Kurnus being used, obviously by Felcon, but he only has a couple, so it's not going to do that much. Yeah, it looks like he snipes a Hellstorm rocket battery, but it does not kill one of the pieces. It looks like maybe not. Flagellant's still shooting into the those guys here, but the Hellstorm rocket batteries are pounding into the Elvish lines. Not doing too much damage yet, but of course over time they'll start to generate some good value. Flagellants, of course, are a very, very good target to shoot at. They're pretty much no help against missiles. They're going to be taking quite a pounding there. So Felcon might just create an opening here. He might also be able to get his Way Watchers in range of the Empire artillery. We'll certainly see. Hellblaster volley guns are tearing through these Wild Riders. They're just getting wrecked by the Hellblaster volley gun. And the other Hellblaster volley guns going after the dragon, and the Empire are going for a big flank overload. So their Reiksguard Knights are riding with Franz on the western flank of the battlefield, looking to come down through the back lines of the Wood Elves. And now here we have Wild Riders pushing in, but the Empire Knights or Reiksguard Knights are going to countercharge them. Certainly should do some good damage. We'll see if Anticity has the micro to pull back his Reiksguard Knights before he overextends here. But so far, the Empire Artillery is certainly singing. Doing good damage here against the Forest Dragon. A nice Prey of Anothrema going down there on the Spears? No, on the Reiksguard Knights. Oh, that's going to be a big breath attack. Oh, look how blob they are. Falcon catches Anticity in a blob situation. Oh, no. That did some serious damage there. But the Empire has plenty of extra Knights for sure, and the Artillery is hammering into the Way Watchers here and the Dryads up in the high ground. And Franz and the boys certainly going to town. You can see all these Reiksguard Knights are just slamming through the Elvish lines and not even giving a shit about these spears. Probably just going to be force pathing his way through into the Glade Guard, and also a frontal charge coming in from the Empire as well. So the Empire is able to hammer down the advancing Dryads. But will Anticity have the micro to pull these guys back, or is he just not going to care? Is he just going to force path through and try and murder the Glade Guard in the back line? Now, as far as this engagement goes, certainly going pretty good for Falcon here. However, some of the Wild Riders are rode down by some Knights of the Blazing Sun. On the far side, this dragon is taking a lot of Hellblaster volley gun fire. And, all the rockets are still shooting. All the Empire Artillery is more or less functional. You can see the Elvish army across the board is really taking a lot of damage. But Franz and the boys are doing well. They're able to collapse the Glade Guard with the Hagbane tips. The big Reiksguard overload, man. I love it. Flagellants coming in to clean up spears, and you can see the Elves are being rode down and beaten down by the Flagellants on this side of the battlefield. Reiksguard Knights just doing so much damage. And Falcon certainly has a big issue on his hands. This is a meaty Empire core, and it looks like a lot of the very squishy spears of the Wood Elves are kind of trapped amongst the lances of those Reiksguard Knights. However, the balance of power is pretty even still, because Falcon has gotten the better engagements here. You can see Falcon was able to get those Reiksguard Knights, Blazing Sun Knights. These guys are going to fall as well. So Falcon is doing massive damage against this side. And if you really look, I mean, there's no mass here. I'm actually really concerned for Anticity, because like his entire artillery back here, or artillery position, is heavily compromised potentially, as all these units might start to just ride through and cause some serious problems for sure. So, but yeah, the Reiksguard are definitely pounding. You can see here the Eternal Guards are getting worn down, but the Empire Knights are taking damage as well. But that is a lot of Knights. And oh, look at the Occam's Mind Razor is used to put them, the Empire Heavy Cav up to 52 weapon strength. That's pretty gangster for sure. And yeah, all the Eternal Guard are pretty much in mass exodus here. Franz going fisticuffs with the Tree Man. So both players kind of trading flanks. You can see here that the Empire was able to dominate this flank, but still at great cost, and was able to get through some of the archers. But Falcon has done a really good job of keeping his Way Watchers alive. His Way Watchers are all safe in a little cubby over here. And now will Anticity be able to protect this position? I mean, I feel like maybe keeping his Knights back to defend would have been better than crushing that Wood Elf flank, because like it's been a grind for him here. I don't know, we'll see, but yeah, like all this artillery is in so much trouble now, and this is so much of his army here. You can see they're ripping some shots, but Hellblaster volley guns are going offline. This Hellblaster volley gun is going to be going offline as well. I don't know how Anticity is going to be recovering from that. That is a catastrophic loss, to say the least. Does he have any like heavy cav that are rallying? Yeah, it looks like here we have some Reiksguard Knights that have come back. Over here, they're being chased off. Hellblaster, the Hellstorm rocket battery is now going to be going offline. He's ripping a couple shots before he goes, but that is a really painful loss. But does the Empire have enough stopping power elsewhere? It looks like all the Reiksguard Knights are now coming back to fight the Wild Riders. Instead of trying to continue to push through into the Way Watchers, he's opting to get back here and try and salvage his artillery position. So we'll see if he's able to. Might be able to save like a Hellstorm here and there. You can see the Hellblaster volley guns are still shooting and certainly tearing apart a lot of these guys. Empire Knights or Reiksguard Knights and Flagellants will do some big damage, but now Anticity actually splits off his forces. So he gets Franz, he goes to goon this Branch Wraith, and Knights of the Blazing Sun and Reiksguard Knights are going to be advancing on the nearly defenseless Way Watchers back here. They are very, very ill-equipped to defend themselves. Granted, there is a Forest Dragon. Also, we have some Sisters of Thorn, a couple other assets that could be very helpful. So yeah, he needs to make sure to path those guys through into the Way Watchers, but yeah, we'll see how that unfolds. So as far as this fighting goes, you can see the Empire is able to push off the Wild Riders, but not before they lose like all of their artillery. So yeah, I really do think in the end, that big kind of a effort to overwhelm that Wood Elf flank wasn't worth it. I think the Reiksguard should have stayed with the other heavy cav and just defended while the artillery did the heavy damage. But it's still a close game. Here we have Knights of the Blazing Sun engaging against Wild Riders, backed up by some Empire Knights. But the Way Watchers of Falcon, man, he's elusive with those. Shield of Thorns making his Wild Riders a little bit tougher against something that normally is very good against them. And the Forest Dragons of Falcon are being used to fend off the juicy Empire Knights here. In the meantime, we have Franz. Franz is hunting down the Glade Lord here. And the Hellblaster volley gun may get back online, but there's still some low X Tricksters back here. We have the Hellblaster volley gun here, mortars here. A lot of artillery actually still in line for the Empire. If they can get those functional again and start shooting, that would certainly be very, very nice for them. Because currently Falcon is taking the reins of this game. The Empire Heavy Cav is being dissected as they do overextend against the Way Watchers. And Flagellants, Spears doing their thing. You can see the Empire is in a bit of a mass retreat here. The pressure from all the Way Watchers certainly very punishing, but mortars are now firing once again. Yeah, losing the double Hellblaster volley gun there, man, those would have been really, really good. Really, really good. Falcon definitely is such elusive prey. So here comes the Glade Lord. Karl Franz does get caught in a prey of Anathrema. It just wore off, but he took massive damage in the process. And the Empire artillery is in more or less shambles, but this was a great game, man. This was very, very back and forth. But, you know, the engagements on this side, where Anticity lost a lot of heavy cav early, were pretty disastrous. Granted, he made up for it by collapsing the Wood Elf flank, but the value that Falcon got was greater than the value that Anticity got. And that did eventually lead to all the Empire artillery being rode down by the people of the woods. And you can see the Azrai are certainly on the hunt, and the Empire is like, screw this shit. We don't want to be in the Chaos Waste anyways. We're going to go back to Altdorf and do our thing. Well played, man. What a scrap. That was a great game. Great game indeed. But yeah, it was. I think the flank overload from the Empire, though it looked really cool and may have looked like a good play at the time, in retrospect, I think he needed those to defend his artillery. The artillery was going to win him the game, but like the Hellblaster volley guns would have just melted the Wood Elves eventually. Well played. That is game one, going to ElfCon, as you guys call him. Let's pick the next map. Solid performance. Oh my god, you guys want to do skilled? It is time for... We're going to have some fun here in the finals. We're going to skilled. I don't know if you guys have seen this map, but this is like one of the memeiest maps. It is massive. I think this is the biggest map in the entire game. We had it at the Vampire Coast Everchosen, and I don't think I've ever had it on stream since then. Falcon says, please no, please no. Oh my god, that's so funny. Falcon's like, please no. Oh, look. Falcon bans Vampire Coast and Dwarves because they would dominate on this map. That's so funny. Oh my god. And so all the artillery factions cannot be picked. He played Empire, and Dwarves and Coast are banned. And now Falcon is going to be going for Empire. Yes, it's time for skilled. You want Glacial Lake next? Oh, Flying Taco, that map's too small for this. That's so funny. Oh, he goes Lizardmen. All right. He goes Lizardmen. Perfect. He wanted Lizardmen, but this map. The Black Ark Landing? No, I'm not going to do absolutely garbage maps. This map sucks, but it's like playable. He says I cannot play Lizardmen, sadly. No excuses. No excuses, Falcon. Troll Country next? Oh my god. No. Troll Country, is that what everyone's demanding? Felton says, let me meditate. So here's the thing, like Falcon, Anticity cannot play Dwarves, Empire, or Coast. There's not too many like factions that will punish you at it. I mean, yeah, maybe some like, you could be kited, but like Dark Elf Kite, okay, you have laser dinos, right? Like there's plenty of answers against that type of kite. Like you might actually be good on this map as lizards because you can bring so many skirmishers and go crazy. Yeah. A really good bands there by Falcon though. He is up a game too, so like he doesn't need to worry that much. You know, he's got a little bit of a comfort zone here. He can go Lizardman. Like all the counters there are banned. Like he's fine, you know, in my opinion. Mushroom Cave would be a good one, Valnir. Yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Mushroom Cave, yeah. We could do like an ambush map. Falcon is probably actually meditating in his chair right now. He's just sitting there in like a trance, doing like some deep chanting, some throat singing. Who knows? Dwarves and Coast would be super strong in this map. Yeah, a Chameleon Skink Legion for sure. Skaven artillery build would wreck. Yeah. The options are endless, my friends. How many engines of the gods could he bring? A couple, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I think lizards can play the artillery duel. Yeah, he's going Lizardmen. Come on, man. You're up a game. And you banned your opponent's best factions. You're going to be fine. So, now it's Anticity's turn to pick. The dreaded Skjold is here. This is the true test. He's probably levitating like a slan in his chair, probably. You can bring 3 SEM, but you can also bring character SEM. So you could have like 2 Shaggoths, Kolek, and like double Manticore character. It's different than banner rules. Yeah. How much longer are we streaming? It depends on how this game goes. If Felcon wins, the stream's over, but if he loses, we go to one more game after that. A Skaven all-stock army would be great. Yeah, Skaven could be a thing on this map with artillery, but Felcon would bring these Stegodons that snipe, and it would have like Pterodons harassing you, so I think he'd be fine with that. Yeah, so we get Bretonnia. All right, we got Bretonnia versus Lizardmen. Whoa, why would he pick that? Okay, maybe Anticity thinks that on this like fun size, like it'll be better, because normally I've seen Lizards win this matchup. Yeah, Felcon is actually just contemplating the Dread, Shredder, or a regular Saurian, yeah. Well, you know, against Bretonnia, Dread Saurian might be okay. So we got Bretonnia against Lizardmen on this huge map. Will Anticity beat the record and bring 12 field trebuchets? We saw a measly 11 earlier, but will he bring 12? And it was him who brought... Will he beat his own record, I guess? This is the part I always fast forward. Hey, no, I completely understand, dude. I would do the exact same thing. We're just hanging out, waiting for the game to start and doing our thing. Mass trebuchets could perhaps be it. Outstanding. Everyone's all excited now. I'm excited. Will Felcon be prepared for the dreaded trebuchets as his Saurus waddle across this massive map? Felcon could go for a mass vanguard too, like a tic-tac-toe vanguard with like a ton of pterodons and ripperdactyls and just go crazy. There's all kinds of weird shit he could do. How many peasants can a dread saurian eat before it gets full? Probably a massive amount. 12 trebuchets incoming. Oh my god, that would be so freaking funny. I am fairly certain you'll get the Dread Saurian. What if Anticity went with a peasant doom stack? Like 30 peasants with gold chevrons and then just like a couple knights. How many turns would it take to kill a Dread Saurian? It probably just wouldn't be possible. Yeah. Just wouldn't be possible, Nate Garrett. This is quality bonding time for sure. Yeah, I understand. The Pegasi will blot out the sun. Look, we even have a Dread Saurian in chat. He's appeared to us. One sec, guys. Cursed allergies. I tried to get away from the microphone. I don't know if I did it fast enough. Turin, what are your thoughts on going all peasants? It would be a massacre. Yeah, the Bretonians would get wrecked. I mean, a couple for support and just taking a beating is good, but yeah. I really do want to look at the armies here. Hey, the Moonwalker. Yes, the skies do burn. Any tips for a new player? I play Coast and Tomb Kings. Yeah, I would recommend joining our Discord and getting practice games in with like, solid opponents who you can discuss your strategies with and really have a good experience with. But aside from that, getting repetitions. If you're a Coast player, handguns and artillery. If you're Tomb Kings, I mean, they have a pretty diverse playstyle, but really it's just getting the repetitions. Yeah. Thank you, Noxzone. Appreciate it. All right, guys. It looks like Felcon is ready. Is he going to bless us with tic-tac-toe? Probably not against like Pegasus Knights. I tried to run from the mic. Sorry, I couldn't get away. The Dread Saurian guy is here. He has made his glorious appearance. Holy shit, man. You guys have been so generous today. Jesus. Thank you, man. Thank all you guys. A dinosaur might slip on the massive peasants and hurt itself. That's true. Like the slicked blood that they leave, it could like slip down a hill and go over a cliff. That would probably be a clever tactic. If you're actually fighting in like a high ground or near an ocean, you just like stand near the edge of the water and just sacrifice some peasants so the dinosaur like charges them and runs into the ocean. Yeah, we'll post the Discord link, yeah. If there's any mods in chat, if you guys could drop a link to the multiplayer Discord, that'd be greatly appreciated. Top 10 anime cameos, oh my god. So Felcon's ready, Anticity perhaps debating whether he should bring 11 or 12 trebuchets. I think that's the great conundrum he's facing. This new microphone doesn't have a mute button on it, so what I have to do to mute is I have to minimize and like mute it on my OBS. Actually, it does have a mute button, but it's on my feeder box over there. It's just hard to reach in time. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do more Ultra Funds. If you guys enjoy it, we can make it like a weekly tournament format. Like, I'm thinking of developing like a set stream schedule, so like you guys will know when certain things are happening. You know, like Thursdays could be this, Saturdays could be CLs. You know, we have something set in stone, so it's like you guys can, you know, catch the things you want, skip the things you're not interested in. You guys get the picture. I'll get you guys a Discord link after this game. Just remind me after the game. I don't think Anticity... I don't think he streams. Yeah. Yeah, I can make hotkeys. I'm a little bit primitive, Zaka style. I'm a bit of a old curmudgeon as it pertains to technology. All right, hold on. Let me get you guys the... While they're loading, I'll get you the link to Discord. All right, invite people, copy. It's the right one. All right, guys. Here's the Discord link. I just linked it like 5 times. So now you have no excuse for missing it. All right. Let's get this party started, man. Let's have some fun. Let's do it. When there will be more FFAs? I'm not sure. Soon, perhaps. I was actually going to do an FFA tournament today. Yeah. All right, guys. So now we're here. Let's take a look. Anticity coming in with the dreaded Penta-mounted Yeoman Archers. These guys, of course, you know, to deal with pterodons and those type of units. And here you can see, oh, this map is so cool. We got field trebuchets. So, you know, he's not going as deep as he did before. He's got 5 field trebuchets. He's got Gotrek, Fey Enchantress, and the Green Knight. Quite the merry team of bandits. Check out these guys. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's pretty epic. Now, aside from that, for the Bretonnian Cavalry Corps, if we look back here, you can see it's going to be pretty much a little bit of everything. Grail Knights, Questing Knights, Questing Knights. It's going to be Questing Knights into the Sunset for AP, Knights Errant to kill Saurus and Infantry, and more Questing Knights. Royal Pegasus Knights up in the sky, a pretty ample Air Force. Royal Hippo Knights actually double. So, you know, as far as this format, triple Royal Hippogriff Knight. Now, as far as this format goes, that is a very, very elite situation. Can you dig it? Only 4 trebuchets. I know the disappointment is palpable. We'll see. So for Felcon, he's got a combination of Saurus and Temple Guard, backed up by Sacred Croxagores, the Power Fisters. Oh yeah, the Shredder of Lustria, baby. It's hard to root. I mean, you want to root for Bretonnia, but you also want to root for the Shredder of Lustria. Look at this alpha apex predator, the Chad amongst dinosaurs. It's going to be Mazdamundi as well, double Saurus Scarvet, and yeah, Power Fist Croxagores with pretty elite infantry, to be honest. So Felcon's going to have to slog up this hill, which is... I really thought we might actually see some Ballista Stegodons, but yeah, 4 trebs won't be that bad. It might kill, like, you know, some Saurus and Temple Guard, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Look at this. Oh my god. And Anticity is, like, anticipating. Look, he's, like, deployed here to make sure Felcon doesn't do anything like this. Which, of course, wouldn't seem like a bad idea. When will the last ECL be? Saturday or Sunday? I'm gonna announce it tomorrow. So, on the Discord. So, stay tuned for that. All right. So, Questing Knights are here. The roar was perfectly timed. I know. It was just letting you guys know it's here and it's in charge. Hell yeah, man. Who put makeup on the giant lizard? Well, probably Mazdamundi. Good luck, have fun. Skuld is such a ridiculous map. I mean, both players start in a high ground position. It's just a matter of who wants to hold it. You feel afraid for Bretonnia? Yeah, there's a lot of power there. The Shredder of Lustria is quite a menace. The Royal Hippogriff Knights are capable of bringing it down. They hit very hard. Big charge bonus of 50, 135 weapon strength, good AP values. You know, they essentially hit as hard as a Lord between all of them. A little bit harder if they're all able to make contact. Dangerous! Ultra with 20 cap. Lets you go more elite. It's fun. The lizards are going to freeze to death. Yeah, perhaps it's not their environment. Falconos, no. Don't miss it. Don't do it, brother. Pterodon Riders going ahead for a little bit of skirmishing. And honestly, the Pterodon Riders, like, with good micro, not good micro per se, but with a little bit of aggression, might be able to get in there and shut down the Trebs. But the Trebs, like, I mean, Falcon's already almost there. You know, he's getting there for sure. He's got the Thunderous one. He's got Mazdamundi. He's got a Dread Saurian. That is some thick, thick stuff. And the Trebs are shooting the Skinks, but, like, you know, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, the BFG Division Saurus. Yeah, I like that. He probably Wouldn't it be cool if there was like a boombox strapped to the top of the Dreader of the Dreader of Lustria, the Shredder of Lustria that was just playing the BFG division song. Yeah. So here comes the Pterodons, going to be going up the hill. And, you know, the Trebuchets have gotten a marginal value, a little bit of damage against the Skinks, but now they've switched on to the Temple Guard in the back, which is certainly good. And the Rohirrim descend from the hill. You can see here, Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis, Knights Errant, Knights Errant. So this is like the Haggard Knight Corps. These are all like the Knights Errant, the aspiring knights here, who are going to be trying to just get freebies where they can. But Felcon's entire army is like spears and, you know, Sacred Croxagores are actually a really underrated unit against Bretonnia. They hit very hard. They do magic damage, so they can circumvent the physical resist of elite Bretonnian knights. So there's a couple cool X factors you have in that situation. So here it comes. The dreaded Air Force, the Pterodon Riders advance. The Thunderous One as well. And it looks like the battle's about to be underway. We do have the initial engagements here in the low ground, but this is going to go bad for Bretonnia probably. The Power Fist Croxagores stacked with Saurus Spears is pretty much going to be a hard counter against these Bretonnian knights. They're going to have to withdraw before they take too many casualties. Here, it looks like, I think I saw the Green Knight here. Yeah, Green Knight, Fey Enchantress, and Gotrek are all here. A very risky endeavor. And you can see the Bretonnian Knights take some heavy casualties. Did about 20% damage to the Saurus Spears, but definitely not worth it for them. How's this engagement going? We have Gotrek, we have Felix, and Fey. That's a risky one. And it looks like Anticity's committing very heavily to this. I don't know if I agree with this decision. I feel like Felcon has a lot of stopping power over here. Granted, his elites are out of position to an extent. You know, Lord Mazdamundi and the Thunderous One and all the boys are over there. It looks like Felcon's pulling his whole army over here, which you have to remember, Felcon does also have nets of Amichok on Mazdamundi, so if he's able to drop a fat chub, you know, net right on this blob, that could be very, very punishing for sure. Thankfully, though, for Anticity, he is able to get away. So he gets Gotrek away, he gets his characters away, he should be okay there. Knights Errant here, continuing to get pounded by the Power Fist Croxagores, so that's going a little bit rough for those guys. Now, as far as his high ground engagement goes, this area is going better for Anticity compared to the other engagement. He's able to force back the Pterodon Riders, protects his Trebuchets. All is well in the realm, and now some of the Knights are going to get a downhill charge on the cohort of Sotek, so Questing Knights aren't like a huge charge bonus unit. They still have a charge bonus of like 40-something, but here they're able to, yeah, really actually hammer those Chameleons pretty bad. Goodness gracious. Oh, is that going to be a rock drop? Felcon flying over. Looks like he wanted to drop some rocks there, but not so. Temple Guard now intercepting with Skink cohort support. Temple Guard should be quite good in that situation. And a net of Amichok. Beautiful net there by Felcon. Traps all of the Questing Knights amongst anti-large halberds. And now it looks like the Thunderous One and the Shredder of Lustria are going to be coming over to engage here. Some light cycle charging on the other side, but... Oh, and a Banishment going down as well. Brutal stuff. Tearing through a lot of the Questing Knights in the backline, but now the big Chunguses are here. You can see the Thunderous One and the Shredder of Lustria moving through the rift in the air made by the Shield of the Old Ones. And yeah, those Knights are going to have a very, very bad time. Yeah, good stuff indeed. Thunderous One and the Shredder of Lustria able to win that engagement. The Bretonnians certainly taking hammering in many fronts, and now the Lizards are finally getting up the hill. And how's this engagement going on the far side? This is the one that Anticity has committed really hard to. He's, you know, sent in his elites, the Royal Hippogriff Knights and all these units, and he is grinding through the Sacred Croxagores and even the Temple Guard. He has them shaken and stirred, and the Fey Enchantress could certainly come down here and lend her Mortis Engine effect. Not sure why she isn't, but perhaps a little bit cautious. But yeah, Bretonnia going to win this engagement, and most likely if they stay, but opting to pull back here. But on the other side, it's a complete disaster for Bretonnia, a massive rout. As the Thunderous One and the Shredder of Lustria, and all these boys are able to just push back all these Questing Knights and other assets here. So very, very rough situation. In the meantime, Trebuchet is still, you know, somewhat functional. Looks like 4 of them are firing. 4 of the 5. So there was 5 Trebuchets. I miscounted in the beginning, but one of them's offline temporarily. But those Grail Knights should be able to salvage this situation. Bretonnia still has some decent reserves on the hill. There's some, you know, Knights and whatnot, but this is a mean blob here. Mazda, Shredder, Thunderous One, Power Fist Croxagores. That is big indeed. And yes, the finals are best of 3. We did switch it simply because it would take forever if we did best of 5. And, you know, I'm sure you guys want to get some sleep, and we want to have a nice, you know, cohesive stream. So over here, Bretonnia, no surprise, they're able to win that pretty handedly. I mean, even though many of these units are counters to their attacking units, the Royal Hippogriff Knights are kind of like single entities in a way. Not like single entities, but they're kind of like, you know, elite enough that they can really benefit from the healing of the Fey Enchantress. And now Bretonnia is going to be getting its Death Star here with the Royal Hippos and Pegasus Knights, and just methodically trying to pick things off. Bounce Bar is actually pretty even. That was apparently a pretty big win there for the Bretonnians, breaking the Sacred Croxagores at the cost of some Questing Knights, all of whom are being chased off the battlefield now. It looks like, oh no, there's still some Questing Knights here. Might be able to actually peel. Mounted Yeoman Archers just kiting back. It looks like his Royal Thickness, Mazdamundi, and the 2 Saurus Scarvets are now pushing in and able to shut down the Trebuchets. How are we doing here? Grail Knights fighting in a blob. Grail Knights definitely want to get away from here. Bretonnia needs to unify and fight a blob fight. I think that's their best bet here. They have Fey Enchantress. They have Terror Routes from the Green Knight. And Chalice of Potions, you know, all sorts of abilities that could be really big. Granted, you know, the blob fight is what the Lizards want too. It's not like... I just don't think Bretonnia has too many other options here. Otherwise, they're just going to keep losing their static positions of archers and trebuchets, and it's going to be a bad time. However, look at this. I mean, high ground. Mounted Yeoman Archer is able to force back the Pterodon Riders. We have some Bretonnian Cav rallying. The Questing Knights are able to charge down the hill and punt some of these poor skinks. So, you know, we thought Anticity was in trouble earlier with his Bretonnia against the Vampire Coast, but he was able to come back and win that in a very convincing fashion. So never count out the lady. And we actually do have the lady here. So, you know, Falcon's army is much slower too. So if Anticity does potentially have the option to just outmaneuver this army, just like move around and you know, go after some of the weaker points. Like, this is a strong point, right? This is the big, thick epicenter of that Lizard army. Now, he could go after some loose Temple Guard, pick these guys off, go up here, like pick off this whole pocket before taking the final fight. Like, Thunderous One is alone here. Look at this. So if the Hippogriff Knights were to come here with Lewin, they could kill this Thunderous One extremely quickly. But it looks like Anticity, instead of opting to go and you know, take those engagements, he's kind of just playing that vulture playstyle, just looking for some scraps of weak prey that's been left behind near the primary formation, near the main herd, I should say. However, I do think going up to the high ground and going after Thunderous One here would be a very good play. Falcon's army is very slow comparatively, like I said. So going up to the high ground and picking off the Thunderous One and some of those other assets could be quite solid indeed. Yeah, Falcon is the king of blobs, for sure. He's certainly very adept at that playstyle. Pterodon Riders here are getting poked down by the Mounted Yeoman, but the Thunderous One and all its majestic thickness is hunting those guys as well. Here comes the Pegasus Knights. Yeah, the Thunderous One should die pretty quick. I mean, to all these Pegasus Knights and Lewin, I mean, that's going to be rough. And the cool thing about these Pegasus Knights, depending on the Winds of Magic situation, or the Hippo Knights, is they all have 6 models, which is their starting amount. So that's pretty impactful for sure. So Pegasus Knights swooping in, going after the Thunderous One, which is trying its best to make its way back. Anticity needs to make sure that doesn't happen, and to do so, he needs to get a good angle of approach. It looks like he took a bit of an awkward angle, because, like, yeah, now he's not in front of it, and Falcon's able to reunite much quicker, whereas he could have pinned it over there, maybe. I don't know. Do you stay and commit to this fight? Maybe so. Fey Enchantress, I think, is lurking down on the low ground. Yeah, you can see a bunch of Bretonnian Knights just kind of riding things down. Questing Knights riding things down over here. So Anticity's actually doing a great job you know, offline, not offline, but off camera here. He's like chasing down a lot of these routing units in the distance. And Trebuchet crews are coming back. You know, there's certainly hope here. We have some Knights Errant fighting against Sara Spears. Probably not their favorite engagement. But Fey Enchantress, Green Knight, and Gotrek, they need to unify with the main army if they want any chance. I mean, those are some very powerhouse characters in terms of, like, dueling. And now Bretonnia is going to be pulling back, disengaging, and trying to unify its army. Although a couple Hippo Knights might get dragged down. No, he's able to get them away. And now, yeah, you can see the Lizards. Some of the Skinks and other units here are shattered. Over here we have Knights Errant being shattered by some of the Sara Spears. And Anticity, again, just going to be reunifying his army, getting ready for the final stand. And Falcon is just going to do the same thing. Falcon's going to go and just chase down the things he can catch. So the Field Trebuchet crews, the archers, their souls shall not be spared in this battle. And it is not going to be good for them. Yeah, Fey Mortis Engine is certainly good here. I mean, I don't know if the rest of the Bretonnian army could last the beating that it would take for her to, you know, get all these guys down with her Mortis Engine. Because Thunderous One, I mean, you also have to remember, kind of running under the radar here, is we do have the double Scarvet as well on the Velociraptors, who are great anti-large tools. So they're going to be exceptional against many of the Bretonnian troops. The Trebuchet making its valiant last stand. Look at this noble Trebuchet blasting into the Sars here. The Bretonnians, I mean, they have a fair amount left. Balance of power is really, like, not point of no return. And Falcon is quite blobbed up. A really good Chalice of Potions, like, during a battle, but, like, he's not going to let that happen easily. But a really good Chalice of Potions could also be game-changing. And you can see the Bretonnian peasants there shatter. And where is he going now? I think he's chasing off the peasant archers up there on the high ground. And Falcon will have the high ground position. Anticity still has skirmishers. Obviously, he has Mounted Yeoman archers. What do we got down here? Yeah, a lot of Bretonnians are coming back from their crusades. Like, look at the big exodus here. Yeah, Comet of Cassandra, I don't think he brought that. He has Chalice of Potions, though, I think. So yeah, the Bretonnians are now advancing onto the Lizards. This is going to be the final battle for the fate of Middle-earth. Now, if Anticity is able to win this game, we will have a third game. But if Falcon wins it, that will be the conclusion of the series. And we will see how this goes. Bretonnia looks like they have a lot, you know? I mean, a lot of it is jank, for sure. Like the Mounted Yeoman archers. Different things like that. And this is like a meaty-ass Lizardman army. This is a big thickness. Dread Saurian's like in perfect health. Up to 70 kills. Thunderous One, pretty good. And it looks like Bretonnia is about to commit. I think they're just waiting for everything to get there. So they send in the Mounted Yeoman. Hippo Knights should dive in here. Maybe Hippo Knights are... Oh, nice isolation. he actually gets some of the Sacred Croxagores like alone over here, but it looks like he pulls back pretty quick. He's like attacking on multiple fronts, cycle charging, obviously trying to, isolate whatever he can. And Falcon's just trying to spread out to the best of his abilities. The Power Fist Croxagore is doing an excellent job of intercepting here. If you look, you can see the Power Fisters are just beating down these Pegasus Knights pretty horribly. Shredder of Lustria is just kind of staying in the middle of the formation. It looks like the main force of the Bretonnians is over here, but oh no, a huge net coming down from Falcon. The trap has been sprung. If there's a follow-up banishment here, that would be so gross. That'd be so gross. So Enchantress, oh no, and a banishment tearing the Bretonnians asunder there, going through their questing knights and hitting all the support units, the Mounted Yeomen. Now Bretonnia is just piling in wherever it can. Ruination of Cities as well. Didn't do too much, but oh my god, the Lizardmen just buckled that formation with the Banishment Ruination combo. Shredder of Lustria as well as the Thunderous one just dropping the sick beats. Oh, and the Shredder of Lustria just tearing apart these Bretonnian knights. GG there. I don't think Anticity can come back from that. It was a valiant last stand, but that Lizardman box, I mean, all right. So guys, just for the record, most people consider like Lizardmen to be the worst matchup for Bretonnia, like one of the worst matchups. In my opinion, I think it is. Some people disagree, but I think it's horrible. So you got to give Anticity big props for not only playing one of the best Lizardman players out there, but also counterpicking himself with Bretonnia. And putting up a great fight, mind you. Certainly a good scrap. And Bretonnia trying to get back in this game. You can see some of the Knights are pushing back in, and also the Hippogriff Knights have returned to battle. Green Knight grinding it out with Gotrek. And peasants are swarming. We have a fair amount of peasant mobs and Spearmen at Arms and other assets here doing their thing. Some Hippogriff Knights have come back. Oh yeah, that was brutal stuff. And here comes the Royal Hippogriff Knights with the rear charge, backed up by some Mounted Yeomen who actually just turn and run at the side of the Shredder. Let's get some cinematic shots of this big thickness. Oh, he's going after the Fey Enchantress. Oh, she's caught. The Shredder of Lustria gets distracted by some of those guys. Is he going to be able to get the Fey Enchantress? He's coming for that unicorn. I don't know. Shredder is a little bit isolated now, but there's like nothing to really punish it, you know? Nothing to really punish it. Now, my friends, you have Mounted Yeomen Archers, you have Grail Knights, Spearmen. Gotrek and Green Knight are doing the business here. I mean, Balance of Power is kind of like trying to hold on. I mean, what could possibly happen? Some Royal Hippogriff Knights are back. I mean, could Gotrek and Green Knight carry? There's too many Temple Guard. And the two Saurus Scarvets also are just like a huge pain in the ass. I just don't see it being possible. I'm trying to like conceptualize how perhaps it could happen, but I just don't know, my friends. I don't know. Yeah, it's a hard match for Bretonnia. I mean, there was many other choices Anticity could have brought, but I think he wanted to, do it for the lady, which, I understand. I understand that. And now the Shredder of Lustria is just bullying the Fey Enchantress off the battlefield, trying to push her away. And she doesn't take too much damage there. It looks like she's able to escape the clutches of the mighty Dreadbeast. Gotrek and Green Knight, though, I mean, is there going to be a wild comeback? Some of the Sacred Croxagores break. Hippogriff Knights getting some tear routes. Lizards are actually having many of their units kind of get close to death here. But now I think Falcon's like, enough games! And he's hunting down the Fey Enchantress with the Scarvet plus the Shredder of Lustria. It's pretty cool to see the Shredder of Lustria perform. Oh, Fey Enchantress, you're in big trouble. She's wavering, she's terrified, she's broken. She is faster on her Unicorn, I think, so she might be able to rally here, but I think that's going to be army losses. Gotrek and Green Knight are both unbreakable, and they've actually done a ton of damage against the Thunderous one. You can see a lot of HP has been brought down here. I know it's rare to see the Shredder, but Bretonnia doesn't have great tools to kill the Shredder. It doesn't have, like, artillery or units that can really punish those guys. And that is going to be it. Falcon is going to be our champion for today, winning our very first Ultra Funds Big Thick Total War Warhammer 2 tournament with a badass build, showing the power of Sacred Croxagores and the meme threat of the Shredder of Lustria, which apparently in this format, it's not as big of a liability to spend money on it. You got to give big props to Anticity, though. The man's got some balls, bringing Bretonnia against Lizardmen, which is a horrible matchup, in my opinion. And the strengths, the bad parts of that matchup are just exacerbated when they can bring like more Croxagore type stuff and different things like that. So that is going to be it. Falcon will be our champion for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this format. I certainly did. Of course, we'll be back with it. I think it seems to be very popular, so it's something we could do once a week if you guys enjoy it. And if you guys enjoyed the stream, before you leave, please do drop a like on the way out. It does help out quite a bit. Let's see if we can jump up over 1,000. I always hate asking for likes. I find it very cringy, but it is part of the job. Thank you guys, man. That was a balls deep event. We had, over 2,000 people for most of that event, which is, pretty rare for my streams. Usually we sit around, 1,200, 1,300, give or take. So that was pretty awesome. Thank you guys for joining. Really appreciate it. Falcon is our grand champ. Thank you to the mods, as always, for helping out. I know it was a long one, so appreciate having you guys. Big thanks to Anticity, Chosen One, and Tank for playing today. We had some great scraps across the board. If you guys arrived late, I would recommend going back and watching. The first series was awesome between Tank and Anticity, as well as Chosen One and Falcon. Tank and Anticity had some crazy freaking matches too. Like the Dwarf match was awesome. Yeah, nice change of pace for sure. The vote for the title is going to be in the community section. It was all part of the Old Ones plan. GG, Falcon, and Anticity. GG indeed, Lancelot. And man, the donations we got today, dude, I can't even begin to say how balls deep these donations were. You guys are just far too generous. I feel like I don't deserve it, but I'll take it. Wookie will be pleased to eat kibbles. I'll get him the gourmet shit. He will eat like a king. Now the amount of donations I have today are like Cetra's many titles. There's so many, dude. Thank you guys all so much for your donations. There's a couple of you, I mean, especially Wolf of Sigmar, just going balls deep with like freaking 500 in donations. It's just ludicrous in a good way, of course. So thank you guys all so much for your support. We got new members here on the channel. Welcome to the Haggard Legion. Of course, if you guys are curious about how to join the channel, there's a button in the bottom right or near the chat box where you can join and get access to emojis and different things like that. The same as Twitch, basically. So we're going to come up with a name, and I think I'll put it to a poll. I really like Haggard Legion. Someone had the Haggard Harem was a good one, too. There was a couple other solid ones. We'll come up with one, guys. Anyways, you may... Yeah, sees the memes. You may only spend your donation money on the Nurgling. You got it. He could use it too. He needs to go to the vet for his checkup anyway. So, yeah, man. Thank you guys all so much for your donations today. All of you. I mean, I could go through it, but that would take me like 20 minutes. It's just, thank you guys so much. Holy shit, man. It's just far too generous. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, man. It's life changing. And you guys, yeah, you guys are always here for me. So I'll be here for you guys. And we'll be back. Thank you again for joining. Congratulations to the Dark Lord Falcon for his victory today, showing that he can play regardless of the format. Give him a large armies, he'll do it. Give him small armies, he'll do it. And here's a final link to the Discord. Steve Tapping will join the Haggard Legion, yes. The Haggard Heroes, yeah. We'll come up with something. I'm going to have like a bunch of names. And we'll do it to it. I might do like 3 separate polls. And then you guys can, like, the winners of each of those polls will go into, like, an elimination round. Because you guys had so many good names. The Dukes of Haggard. Oh, that's good. That's a good one. Oh, man. Hey, guys. Thanks again. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Make sure to join the Discord if you guys are looking to get into some quick battles. It's where I host all my tournaments. And if you go to the community resources section of that Discord, you can find other people's Discords in the community who also host tournaments. Very active scenes. Though niche, still active. So make sure to do it. All right, guys, that is it for now. Thank you all for joining. Again, one last time, thank you all for your support today. Just hanging out and watching your donations. It's just, it's life-changing shit, man. I'm serious. So I'll be here for you guys, and we'll do it to it. Thank you guys so much. Congratulations to Falcon for winning our extra thick tournament. And we'll see you guys on the other side. Wolf of Sigmar, man. Aces as always. Thank you so much, man.